My case hasn't arrived and I was bored. I have seen a lot of cardboard cases. Technically, it's not conductive, great airflow. I wouldn't put anything over $500 worth of parts in it, but it'll do. My Nana said her laptop hasn't charged for over a month. And when I looked to see the problem, I saw she had plugged an iPhone 4 charger into the SD card slot. That's impressive. I didn't know the old 30-pin connectors were almost exactly an SD card. That powder is data. Oh no! This was a known problem with IBM TravelStar drives. I actually had one in one of my laptops. I had just gotten back from summer camp, had probably several hundred pictures on it, booted the thing up to put everything on an external drive, and heard a lovely grinding noise as everything was destroyed. Chips and dips. That sounds, oh God, no, please, stop. 90% of this sub, I dropped something and it doesn't work. I'ma post it. Me and my crappy Samsung. That's nice. I would just get a new phone at this point, and that's not meant to be like an expensive thing. On Black Friday, I literally bought some backup Motorola phone for $9 from Best Buy. I could not operate a phone like this. How do you dial? How do you type anything? When you realize your wife's 2,000-watt hairdryer wasn't a good idea to remove case badges on a one-day-old laptop. Oh, okay, first off, I have questions about a 2,000-watt hairdryer because that would pop most 15-amp breakers. Number two, why are you using a hairdryer? These stickers come up with like a basic razor blade or something. What are you doing? Don't do this. My friend is afraid that an air compressor might damage his computer. I mean, if your friend's afraid of an air compressor, maybe a can of air, maybe a computer duster, maybe a very enthusiastic sneeze in the general direction of whatever this carpet is. Found this on AliExpress. Yes, the famous 3.5 audio to USB drive adapter. Got a whole computer inside that thing that lets you control the MP3s stored on the USB flash drive, except all of this is bunk. This reminds me of the USB-powered pet rock that ThinkGeek used to sell. I got one of those for free at one point. Make it stop. CPU cooler? I lost count, but somewhere in there. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna overheat now. I moved some files to a USB drive and then the computer fell off the desk. Oh, no. I hope your USB port's okay. I'm less concerned about the disk, and you can probably recover the data if you're willing to learn some soldering. My Xbox controller batteries stopped working, so I made this terrifying 18650 conversion. It's working fine now. For the uninitiated, 18650s are a type of lithium-ion battery cell, and what he's just built is terrifying on so many levels because if you accidentally short those two, you'll just get a fire. Lithium-ion batteries aren't like regular batteries, they just dump all of their power directly out very quickly. So good luck, friend, engineer, and hopefully somebody who still has hands by the end of the week. And game on. Found this old PC abandoned in the woods. Just a case, PSU, and floppy drive left. This machine either contained records of terrible criminal misdeeds or Department of Defense information. There is no in between. Optimal airflow. I mean, you're not wrong. What are you trying to cool? What is this? Guys, the new Galaxy Fold is amazing. That's not a Galaxy Fold. That's a Note. I think that's a Note 4. Oh no, what have you done? Friend's keyboard after 5 years of eating fried chicken. Ugh. Oh, gross. Look, we all eat at our desks except for like those weird minimalist people that have perfectly clean desks all the time. But they're not human. There are probably many crumbs in my keyboard, but dear God, that is disgusting. Also, why is /record? I have no idea what application uses that. Weird. On my client's old PC, someone got away with using glue instead of thermal paste 20 years ago. Wow, you are so lucky that the old processors did not run that hot. It still looks like there's some scorchy bits. Christmas lights kept turning off, so I did this. Hopefully now they'll stay on for the Christmas season. I don't think you're gonna have a house by the time the Christmas season ends. Congratulations, you have just made fire. I overclocked my GPU. It's gone to plaid. I think that orange light behind your desk might be fire. My grandfather didn't trust I'd wipe his hard drive before selling his old laptop, so he took it into his own hands. I'm actually on your grandpa's side with this. It takes a full 26-pass erase to get data completely off a hard drive. And at work, we fill ours with salt water and then usually destroy the control boards. If it's really sensitive data, I will take it home to my drill press. But yeah, you can't, I mean, I'm sure your grandpa didn't have anything. Well, I don't know, maybe your grandpa did have something on there, but more destruction is better than less when dealing with data security. What happens when you try to hide the controllers from the kids? Serves you right. Gonna get ready for no cooler November. No, what? Are these temps too high for an i7 9700K? Oh my God, 105 Celsius. No! Did you use glue instead of thermal paste? My hotkeys. I don't want to be the one to tell you this, but your laptop's on fire. My IKEA wardrobe didn't come with any door handles, so I used 2 dead Celeron SL86J CPUs that I had lying around. Felt so wrong drilling holes into them. You know what? That's actually cute. I kind of like this. I used to have a necklace that was a server Xeon processor, and everybody in the IT office used hard drive plates from drives that had either gone bad or were from corrupted RAID arrays or something. We always used them as coasters. That was just like what you did. Did I install the M.2 wrong? Oh no. Oh no. No. Whoever did the storage bar, you were my hero. That is hilarious. My hair looks cute today. What kind of a boneless iPhone is that? Boneless iPhone, oh my God. That's the one with the plastic top on it. That was a few generations ago. Did you just break that off and just kept... The state in which people keep using electronics, I know replacements are expensive, but like you can go back a generation or two. I don't know, I couldn't live with that. I would get something cheap or a few generations back to not have to handle a phone that's missing bits of its head. The laptop in the server room is a bit filthy. Makes my fingers itch. Ew, gross. When I used to consult for restaurants, I peeled a wireless router off the wall from where they had mounted it above a fryer. It was covered in, I kid you not, a half-inch of grease on all sides. It was encased in just fried fish jelly. Did you just mill a squiggly line through a ThinkPad? Oh wait, no, the gap isn't that big. You laser cut a squiggly line through a ThinkPad, and it held together. You know what? It's a ThinkPad. It'll probably still boot. The last circuit bender. This seems safe and reasonably reliable. Was looking around eBay for Quadros and found this monstrosity. It was listed for $600. No. I don't even know if you could repair that, man. That's... Oh. How to massively cool your computer. You can never have too much thermal paste, she lied vigorously. Oh no, you broke your micro SD card. Haha, photos. Whoever's making the accompanying like OS images for all of these, keep it up. These are the funniest part of the subreddit. Another level of Hardwaregore. Destroyed Intel D320 CPU in electron microscope. I'm very proud of this image. Whoa, okay, that's really cool. That's glorious. Processor designers that should be just some of the most insane people. Like, they're just on a whole nother level. My friend is a monster who must be stopped. That's not that bad. Some keyboards include 2 sets of those. Your friend can keep doing this. He has my blessing. Ever seen an Oreo inside of an iPad? Now you have. A what? How did you get like? I have no. I got nothing. I don't even know what happened. PC was shutting down due to overheating. Found the problem. Yeah, that'll do it. Where's the cooler? Is that under the cooler? Oh my God. An artist's computer. All right, controversial opinion, this is gorgeous. I like machines that are weathered by the work that they do. So like construction computers that have nicks and dings and sawdust and sheetrock in them, and painters' computers that have paint smudged all over. I like that. It shows the machine served its purpose and is doing its job. That's cool. Is it cake? No, but we're gonna pretend it is. Nobody cares though, because it's a Western Digital green drive, which are just fancy paperweights that hold your data for a little bit of time before they explode. Every time I see one of these phones. How are you not dead? I have no idea. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand. I present you the pink screen of death. Chip on LCD board is broken. Oh, what rig is that? Vendicon? I've never seen that before. Also horrifyingly, there is another pink screen of death, and if anybody's worked on HP servers running VMware, you'll know what I'm talking about. My CPU fan is going places. 56,000 RPM. For context, the fastest server fans I know go to 15,000 RPM. Good lord. I have a picture of my old laptop's thermals reading something like 200 and something Celsius. I should really post that to here. Bros, how do I prevent this from happening from now on? Why is there a car in your case? Where else would it be after he downloaded it? Apparently, he would download a car. Also, I never thought of like using a tiny little display shelf inside your computer. That's kind of a cool idea. Just do it safely and without touching any important components. RAM was not working. Attaching it might be the first. Oh, I hope you can get a refund on that. A measured response. The chip only costs $115,000. Replace it? No way. I mean, $115,000 versus probably about a week of very careful soldering. I'd probably at least attempt this first too. Even paying a really skilled solderer $200 an hour for a week would be $8,000. Dad borrowed my tablet, sat on it, and then returned it like this. God damn it. Dad, you might want to come back here and replace the tablet you broke, and maybe replace it with an actual Surface instead of whatever this is. This router at school. Oh my god, people. There are bracket plates for these 1 gang holes in the ceiling. I'm unreasonably annoyed at this. I used the wrong screw when reassembling my DS, and it came out in the front? Oh, hello. I mean, if this thing still runs, that's actually pretty impressive. Server's down. Oh no. Oh my god, no. Oh dear god. No. No, that just, for context, yes, this is bad, but also if these are RAID arrays, you have to put the same drive back where it was, or at least get it close to within the same RAID span in order for it to come back up. Otherwise, you have to rebuild everything. Oh my god. And this is why we bolt our racks to the floor, or we check our weight limits before putting stuff in the rack. Someone in my family stomped on my CPU, and yes, that's a snapped corner. Okay, many questions. Firstly, are they okay? Did you call a paramedic after? Because I'm sure that didn't go well. Number 2, why was your CPU on the floor? Keep it in the box until you install it, and then goes install and then cooler, and that's it. Solder counts as hardware, right? Oh my god. You know, I've always wanted to do something like this. I imagine it would be very satisfying. Solder isn't that expensive, and you probably got a lovely flux cloud out of it. My school's solution to unstable desks. I mean, they're Maxtor drives, so that's pretty much all they're good for anyway. What even? You know, I don't think... I'm gonna skip right past the uncomfortable questions and just say this is not how you liquid cool a computer, and please don't ever come near my house again. I got back to my desk and was presented with this. I'll never understand why people do this stuff. Okay, 1, I'm glad the laptop actually allows you to do that. 2, I don't understand why people do that either. They think it's funny, I guess. Probably not the brightest folks, but you know, stupid people do stupid things. This Core M keyboard! This one's just so chaotic that I kind of have to let it go. Did you make the W massive? Yes, you did. You made it's a massive W. Toner. Yep. Is it a twist slot cartridge? No, it's, oh no, I think it might actually be a drum cartridge. Yeah. Okay, Xerox. I have so many stories today. I'm sorry, you're just gonna have to deal with it. Xerox toner cartridges is just a giant cylinder of toner with a little door at the top that's not even spring-loaded or anything. It slides open and it will dump all the toner everywhere. So if you don't have it just turned the right way and then you push it in, it'll open the little door and dump toner literally everywhere. And it happened several times to the point where a ton of toner got into the fuser for one of the copiers and melted it just all over the fuser. It was a mess and it smelled terrible. I only know about all this because I was usually the one digging around the inside of the copier because the people that were supposed to fix it took like 3 days to come out. If I had a nickel for every time someone in my household dropped their phone and ran over it with a tractor, I'd have 2, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. On one hand, oh my god, why? On the other, you probably can't hear the phone when it hits the dirt, and where you get into the tractor is right in front of the back wheel, so you know what? It makes sense. Don't feel too bad. I have a mild to moderate suspicion about the third use case. It's a hot glue gun. Use it for closing boxes, assembling model airplanes, gluing your CPU to its... Wait, that's just a socket. Oh my god, there's not even CPU there. No. Crafts and more. Oh my god. What is the preoccupation with gluing the CPU in place? It stays in place just fine. I guess my GPU is using me instead of me using it. GPU 0, GTX 970, -1%. Do you feel tired? Are you unable to obsessively stop thinking about triangles? Can you feel yourself rendering? A user's desktop when I came into work yesterday. What in the high holy f? Genuinely, what did they do? Was there a fire? The keyboard's melted or powdered. What happened? This came into my store today. Apparently a kid had it on his trampoline while jumping on it, and it got underneath his foot while jumping. First off, why you were looking at the world's first curved iPad. Second off, why is a kid jumping on a trampoline with an iPad on it? Third, if you're giving your kid an iPad, holy crap, you're rich. And also number two, kid cases, like big, thick kid cases. And if you don't want a kid case, like get an industrial case. I have an industrial case for my iPad because I had to use it at work in construction environments and stuff like that. Why is there not a case on it? Do it, you coward. Yes, you watching this video right now. Do it. Rate my cooling setup. I'm gonna file this under it gets the job done, so I'm not gonna hate on it too much. I hate my family. I'm sorry, what was being attempted here? Are they trying to destroy the data on the hard drive? Just puncture the side and fill it with salt water. Why are people like this? Also, I hope that's not your hard drive. And if it is, I fully endorse all legal methods of retribution. Put it up this game and it's lagging a bit. Any help? Oh, well, you see, you need to get the cooling setup from the guy a few posts back. Yeah, that should fix it. Also, don't overclock so hard. Hey, could you fix my laptop? No, I can't. Why did you put an iron on your laptop? Honestly, the thing probably still runs. It's just a screen that threw it. And the screen might be okay. I don't know. Probably just melted the Wi-Fi antennas. Found this on the floor at my girlfriend's house. Apparently, it's been there for 4 months in this state. Look, a bomb. Actually, they're not that bad, but you know, don't lick the white powder that comes out of them. It's not a fun white powder. Floppy disk. No. Stop. Found a fossil today. You know, there's still servers that have recovery disks on floppies. Working IT long enough, you'll run into one of them. Was wondering why my headset was breaking apart. Found this inside. Oh, look, a tiny fire. Don't poke this. You'll get some clean FPS. No. Oh my god. For some odd reason, my brain just built the smell of burning toothpaste, and it is not pleasant. Inside a free PC I found. Ugh. Although, if this is the underside of a cooler, I can see this happening. Hell, I'm not even really in the habit of taking off the cooler to clean under them. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. I was requested by a friend to clean his PC. Now I know why. Oh, gross. Yeah, this is definitely under the cooling block. Y'all take off the cooling blocks and like repaste your CPUs when you clean your rigs. Wow, y'all are dedicated. I think this belongs to here. Why, yes, I think, well, this is a weird mix here. This isn't really computer equipment that was meant to be functional that is damaged beyond repair. This is an art installation. I'm gonna go with this is art. This belongs in r/weird or like a techie version of r/crappy design, but not even crappy because I like it. I don't know. Cool either way. Glass desk cracked mid-session. Oh my god. Oh dear lord. What happened? Was it? Oh, I wonder if it was the boom arm with the boom mic. Sorry, the pop filter arm. I wonder if that came down a little hard and broke it. Oh man, that sucks. I'm sorry. The rig is still running though. I think you'll recover in the tech department, but you definitely need, you know, a solid desk. This GPU just died. Oh yeah, that is a cry for help. And I'm guessing you're a retro gamer because Windows XP. Is this a Oh no, THL, what have you done? What'd you do to that SSD? I love it when people Photoshop the free space thing. The battery that nearly burnt my house down. Oh my god. Yeah, I constantly worry about this kind of stuff. I only buy batteries from Anchor and like some other larger brands, but I know there's electronics around here with like tiny cheap batteries in there that I have no idea what they are, and it just makes me nervous. Finally received my new computer, and the GPU is only 45 degrees in idle. What in the... What happened? How are you even getting a reading from the GPU? How? What? What GPU? The internal one? Because that's not connected. After 2 years of not cleaning plus having dogs, I feel ashamed of myself. Oh, wow. Holy. Wow, you could, ew. You can make a whole new dog out of that. You shouldn't, though. Please don't. Kajita swears. Soft and hard. Oh, this is cute. Why is this in Hardwaregore? This is just adorable. Now, this is what I call Hardwaregore. It's a friend's copy of Legend of Zelda. Oh my god. You do it! I see the battery may have leaked, but like, what is all of this? What did you... Be nicer to your electronics, people. Our school was struck by lightning about 8 years ago, and it messed up all the clocks. They're all connected somehow. That's funny. And usually there's some sort of NTP, which is network time protocol or something like that syncs clocks and other time devices and doors and things like that all to one central server. And then when daylight savings time or something rolls around, you just press a button, or it does it automatically and it updates all of them. Can you bend lipos? Yes. Should you? No, dear God, you should not. Doing this, please. Batteries. Okay, batteries are tiny little explosives. The advantage of lipo or lithium polymer batteries is that they can dump all their power very quickly, which is why you see them used in stun guns and things like that. Alkaline batteries, rechargeable nickel metal hydroxide, nickel cadmium, cannot do this, so they are much safer, and we've been spoiled by them. Lithium batteries are freaking dangerous, and they should not be in everything. That's why I love my school. Enter. As somebody who used to work in the academic field, although higher education, this is an adequate illustration of what academic funding looks like. How to cool down a Mac. I don't think even that'll do it. I don't even, no, you're gonna need more cooling than that. The things are just slabs of metal. There's nowhere for the heat to go. I don't understand how they operate. They're very pretty if you keep them off. My friend got his new PC in the mail today. Oh no. This is what makes me the most sad, is because like ordering a new PC is one, expensive, and two, really exciting. And like, you just can't wait for the new rig to arrive and to make it yours, and then it arrives and it is just destroyed. I will say, and this is not like an endorsement or anything, but like, I've purchased one Alienware in my life because I really wanted the case, and it came in 2 individually packaged boxes nested inside of each other, which then had like 4 custom-made clip-on like case corners. It was insane. The thing was basically inside of a hard clamshell custom-made box that was inside 2 other boxes, and it arrived safely, and the thing was 45 pounds, but it had no damage. Introducing the iPhone 6s Mini. No, or you can't cut the phone in half and call it a mini. That's not how engineering works. Mint condition, untested. What even happened? What? I don't want to know. It just makes me sad. My friend's keyboard missing key replacement. That, actually, if you could just kind of like gesture to your left and hit tab. I do a lot of work in Excel and command line stuff, and tab is autocomplete in command line. So like, I'm kind of on board with this. The battery cell expanded to the point of breaking the mouse pad. Oh, yeah, I had a Mac that did this, but it expanded from the bottom and bent the keyboard up, and then the rest of the cell like exploded out of the bottom of the case. The 2008 or something MacBook 17 Pro. Also, the Microsoft Surfaces had these problems. We had 4 of them all like explode their batteries, and it cracked. One of them cracked the screen. First time doing cable management. Oh no, how did I do? Oh, you came to an expert in cable management, and you want to, oh my dear God. Oh my dear God. I just want to talk. Just come here. Come on over. Yeah, I'll give you the advantage. I'm sick. I'm not going to be at full power, but just come on over. We'll have a nice little chat. Yeah, we're going to have a nice little chat. User was complaining of noise. Was it the computer having an asthma attack? One of the lights isn't working. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no. Nothing like the smell of a dead short of 120 volts in the morning to wake you up. Note to self, don't leave acetone cotton pads on keyboard. Oh, yeah, it'll do that. Chromebook book, now with pages. Oh. Actually, this one's not that bad because the screen just separated out. My friend's PC, after 2 years of him not realizing the front panel comes off for cleaning. In his defense, some cases actually don't have a front panel that comes off, mine included. It's really annoying. But yeah, clean your fans, people, especially if you're in a house with pets that shed a lot, or dust, or a smoker, God forbid. I love those companies that are so worried about the warranty tag that they even apply thermal paste on the warranty. Okay, I'll explain. Sorry. This is a CPU. This is the thing that does all the thinking inside your computer. It gets very, very hot. Thermal paste is the squidgy bit that takes the heat from the thinky bit and puts it into a fan or like a liquid pipe system or something else that yeets the heat away from the thinky bit. Thermal paste is extremely important because it's the single contact point and the only point of failure between the thinky bit and the hot bit. There's a warranty sticker sometimes on CPUs, of which I have not seen one in quite a while actually. But that's just like, it's just a sticker. It's probably meant to, transfer some heat or it's not gonna catch on fire, but it's not supposed to be there. So you're literally just cooking a sticker whenever you're using your computer, and that part of the CPU is not getting cooled a decent amount, if at all. My brother's new Ryzen 7 3700X. Oh no. Oh, this is also CPU. This is also the thingy bits, and all the pins should be perfectly straight, and none of them should be missing. And here we are. I think I might have a pixel or two out. Just a few? Just a few. This would actually make a really cool Dreamcore display or some sort of like horror, like I would actually buy this as like a horror prop if I was making like a technomancy weirdcore movie. No screws, no problem. I will find you and glue this to your face. PS5, not waterproof. No, I don't. No, I don't think they ever advertised it as being so. Why is the PS5 in the bathtub? PlayStation secret advanced explosion effects. Take your gaming to a whole new levels of realism? Okay, first off, I have so many questions. It's PS1. Question 1, why is it on fire? Question 2, where is the lid? Question 3, what did you put in here? I don't want to play that game, but I do want to know what it was. Right here is the system restore disk. Do not erase. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it on the fridge with a magnet. I know this was an intentional joke, but it's still really funny. Found in school, rip AirPods. Crunchy. Those are probably fake. Those don't look real. Apple boards aren't usually that messy. I don't know though. Maybe this is a problem, but like that doesn't look like Apple's handiwork. Don't leave a CPU in your robotics team build room. No, you should. Why would a CPU? Yeah, no, that's gonna happen. Why would you leave it there? Why are you every time I build a computer and it has a CPU, like the CPU stays in the box until I'm installing it and it just goes from box to motherboard. What are you people like walking around with CPUs for? I upgraded my 14-inch laptop to a 17-inch. No, you know, this is actually a great way to just keep the laptop running. If you're A, on a budget, or B, it's got some retro hardware or something in it. I don't think that's either of these situations, but it might be. And hey, if it works for him, it's fine. These Latitudes will run forever, so honestly fine with it. Found some guy selling this online. For those of you that don't understand the image, thinky bit damaged. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, look. Either battery explosion or anger issues. Ah, yes, Chinese smartwatch. Yeah, see? Do you want this on your wrist? Do you want one of these to catch fire on your wrist? That'd probably leave a mark. The guy smokes 2 to 3 cigarette packs a day. Oh, gross. Oh, that's vile. Oh God, I just feel itchy looking at it. RTX. Third RTX. I just got a 3070, and if it arrived like that, I would be so upset. Fun fact, a standard oven is 19-inch compatible. This is amazing. Quick explanation. Yes, I'm coining that term now. Racked mounts, like the big, you know, the towers of servers that you see in Hollywood movies. The width of the rack is 19 inches, so like everything is kind of universal. And apparently that's the size of a standard oven, so all of your servers, at least half-length ones, will fit right in your oven if you ever need to cook them for some reason. Start Windows normally. Please select an option. Safe mode. Safe mode with... Safe mode with command prompt. Last on good configuration. Supposed to be last known good for configuration, and start Windows. Oh, that's a very sick computer. When the customer says, I don't know, it just won't work. Can't you bend it straight? No, but you can. Good luck. Did they shear off? I can't tell if that's supposed to be the top or bottom of the die, which is the center bit of the processor, but I don't see any pins. They didn't shear off all the pins. I'm looking at this wrong. I don't know. I need like a top view as well of the other side. Fixing a tablet. Don't stick a knife in the side of a screen. Please use a spudge. Yes, that is the correct word for it. I think they're sold in the kits with the spring. It just looks like a guitar pick, and it's safer, and it won't do this. Yeah. Pro tip: when moving apartments, don't accidentally put a box on top of the box that has your monitors. Yeah, I'm in the middle of a move. I do have 2 monitors in boxes, but they're older monitors, and I packed them with framed artwork on top and bottom, so like, you know, big flat things. And also my 49-inch ultra-wide monitor, because I'm blind as hell, got moved entirely separately in like the backseat of a car because I was not gonna put it in a box. What the frack? My little brother's TV has ants. Oh my God, that makes me, oh God, no, I hate it. Oh God, no, thank you. Back in the day, the 295X2 also doubled as a sandwich worm. Okay, that's just funny. If you just wrap it in foil and you stick it in your computer, yeah, it would do a pretty good job, you know, warming up your lunch, make a little grilled cheese. The only way it will charge. Jesus Christ, no. Jesus Christ, no, please, dear God. This is at a shop, right? This looks like it's at some sort of workbench. No. I feel bad for this gamepad. Oh God. Oh, gross. Oh man. That's just. Look, I know there's not a ton of love for the Wii U, but it doesn't deserve this. The Wi-Fi port, when my PC fell, but actually still works perfectly. Not sure which is more painful, calling this a Wi-Fi port or that angle. The number of headphone dongles, like the older 2.4 gigahertz, like Corsair dongles that are just broken. I hate these. My friend's computer the day before finals. My question is, was it studying for finals that caused this, or was the computer trying to save them? Crispy. Oh, hot damn. What the? What happened here? Was it something under the RAM or did the RAM itself get? I'm so curious now. Feeling good right now. That was sarcasm. Hey, at least half your display is now a Rorschach test. A permanent one. Needless to say, I'm not gonna be playing for a while. And this is what happens when you set your refresh rate to plaid. First gen iPhone fix I did in 2010 using a GPS battery. Yeah. If it wasn't a lithium ion cell, I'd actually say, you know, pretty good job and good idea on using those terminals, and like, it works. I'm impressed you found something with the same voltage. I guess they're all 3.7, but still, not bad. Scorched graphics card. Oh God, why? And this class is why we don't cook grilled cheeses inside our computers. Ew, no. Look, I'm not that good of a hardware guy, but what? I mean, technically, you can use whatever you want to lift the chip. What they're doing here is heating the chip so the solder pops the chip off the board and you can replace it. And usually, you know, you use like, you know, actual forceps instead of, I don't know, a crab claw. Guy just had crabs for lunch and was like, screw it, that doesn't work. Fun with hard drive disposal. These are sufficiently destroyed now, right? Yeah, that'll do it. Destroying old hard drives is just, it's the only place that IT people can let out all of their rage at end users that try to plug the USB cable from their keyboard into their Ethernet ports. And we sit there patiently on the phone, walking them through which port actually goes where. I do not miss help desk. I think my headphones broke. Yeah, yes. Actually, this is what happens when your headphones get very shy. They'll just retract into themselves. It can also be caused by cold weather. Good Lord. What happened to your phone? Did you hold it in front of Tiger Woods? Did Chuck Norris click OK? Did you think Face ID involved your literal face? Good Lord, your phone needs therapy. SSD house. Aw, it's cute. You broke an SSD in half for this. A 960 Pro? Like an actual, this isn't just some freaking knockoff. Installed the CPU fan, boss. The cable goes over it. I'm guessing they didn't actually start it up, but I would be curious to know if it just burst into flames as the insulation melted off the fan cable. My equipment to cool my iPhone 6S. Why do you need to cool your phone? Unless you're a mobile gamer, in which case, you know, I understand. But hear me out. You could turn your phone off and play an actual game. Wah! No, I'm never going to stop taking the piss out of mobile games. My friend's phone! Are y'all okay? I'm more concerned by the fact that that looks concerningly similar to the Samsung Note 7, or at least with the Edge display. The one that would come out of the closet as fire every once in a while. Just restart it. Oh my God. Oh, you broke the glass. Yeah, just reboot. Did you back up your glass? Also, I have that screwdriver, and everybody I know in tech that has had to do any field work has that screwdriver. It's like $4 and will save your life. Get like 4 and just stick them in every bag you own. I've repaired literal servers with it. Their first mechanical keyboard, any tips? Slightly damaged. What even happened here? Like, look, I have been prone to keyboard mashing out of rage in games. Like, this is, the end user needs therapy. Or they're Hulk Hogan, I don't know. Any idea why my laptop isn't turning on? All I can think of is the ASDF movie of, I have brain damage. A LG phone. What do you people do to your phones? Like, don't get me wrong, the corner of mine is cracked, and I really should get it prepared. But I just moved, and I really didn't want them to send it to my old house. But like, what's this strip of stuff on the left, and it just cracks after. How many times did you drop this? You can see the screws in the top left-hand corner. Just a little scratch. Samsung A10. Oh, this is like the fourth Samsung A10 I've seen, with just absolutely traumatic facial injuries. I realize it's the cheap version of the S series, but Samsung, just put 10 bucks more into the glass and like 5 bucks less into the processor or camera or something. Just a regular gaming setup for a Mac user. Well, first off, why are you running it closed? Macs vent through the screen hinge in the keyboard. What the hell are you doing? Second off, put the cooler under the laptop, not on the screen. I'm getting too technical about this, aren't I? I am. I should laugh at the funny, but no, the meme is wrong. Needed a MagSafe 1 charger when I only had MagSafe 2 available. An hour with a Dremel later, and may I present MagSafe 1.5. You monster. Windows Me laptop. Those look like bullet holes. Is this the laptop that like the parent took outside and like shot? Does anybody remember this? Some tough guy dad was like trying to prove, I don't know, a point or something, and took a laptop outside and shot it, and his daughter was very upset, and I'm sure they have a very healthy relationship now. Only a miracle could fix this, and I am not that miracle. Goodbye. I came back out of morbid curiosity. What the hell is that? That's not thermal paste. I could look up the chip, but I'm too lazy for that. But yeah, now I'm intrigued. Oh, it's solder. I just realized the scale we're working with the surface mount stuff. Anyways, yeah, I think that's solder, and I think that's somebody attempting to solder something to the. It's a mess. It's a mess. I'm spending way too much time on this. Let's go. Apparently, it's advised to clean your PC more often than once every 2 years. Yes, it is. Actually, this is not that bad. Don't let it get to this point, but if you do, it's not the end of the world. The fins are doing what they're supposed to. It's just a radiator. Maybe get a magnetic screen. This is really not that bad, actually. And full disclosure, my streaming PC was in a really inaccessible spot in my old studio and did not get cleaned out for at least 2 or 3 years. The thing had 9 fans, so like but it had dust screens, but still, like, you know, I should have cleaned it out sooner. It actually wasn't that bad when I finally did, but yeah. Once a year is totally fine, unless you have, you know, high pile carpet and 3 huskies, in which case, just stop. Use an iPad. Doesn't have any cooling vents. I beat my brother with my iPad. Oh, okay, all right, hang on. If that was supposed to be a joke, that wasn't funny. And holy shit. I do appreciate the Rorschach-y, inky display cracking that iPads appear to have now. I don't think these are the mini LED ones. No, they have the home button. I don't know, they just they look different. I don't know. This goes beyond my scope, but maybe somebody else can explain why iPad screens, I know they're made by Samsung, but why they look goopy when they're broken. And also don't beat up your siblings. The world is a terrible, angry place. Why the hell would you beat up the person in your own house? A Google Nest Hub Max at my Lowe's. See, this is what see how it's all jagged. Like it's solid, but it's got the jaggedy lines. Also, why would somebody break a Google Nest Hub Max? It's like beating up Internet Explorer. Like nobody cares. It's an overpriced toy for people that will never use it. Just leave it alone. Actually, I take that back. It's like beating up Edge. The equivalent Internet Explorer would be beating up Facebook Portal. That's not how soldering works. Okay, all right, explanation time. Thing on your left in his hand is a resistor. It's one of the most common electrical thingies. You don't need to know what it does. That's a component that goes into the board, and on the right side is a soldering iron. That's correct. And very basically, you stick the component into the board, the long lead wires through the board, and then you take a third wire-looking thing, but it's not quite a wire, called solder. It's usually made of lead or other metals. It has something in it called flux, boils away. You basically mash them all together at the same time, making sure you get the right temperature, and it melts around the connector, and it forms a metal bond. What he's doing here is just melting resistor wire for a picture. It's a very pretty picture, but it's clearly a very pretty stock footage picture that they didn't ask like somebody who's been through a high school electronics engineering class or something. Like find a robotics nerd and get a 3-minute check on this photo. 2 minutes of that check are going to be spent with them laughing. For those of you that knew all of that, thank you for your patience, and please accept these cookies. I promise they won't be used to track you. She lied vigorously. I dropped my PC. Well, We're gonna call that issue A, and possibly B, C, and D. I think it might just be the cooler though. You might be okay-ish. I don't know. Good luck. My outlet. Your outlet to what? The fourth dimension? Yeah, the fire marshal is about to show up at your house. Don't worry, it's perfectly normal. They're just gonna take all of it away. PC at work had a bugged BIOS. CPU speed 100%, running at 24,914,897.92 gigahertz. In this case, the uptime at the bottom actually counts down until the PC melts down and wipes out everything in a 50-mile radius. Run! So I accidentally dropped my phone. Well, that one's actually really pretty. Another A10, another Samsung A10. Swear to God, the screens on these things, just a few pins. Should be fixable. Oh my God. This is the bottom of a or the top of a CPU. Is this one of those weird reverse sockets? Anyways, all the pins are supposed to be straight. They are not. Yeah, this is the reverse server socket. That one. SATA ports failed. I'm looking for damage or something. I guess I just did this too many times. Wait, no, there's something peeling at the top. I mean, this is normal to recover the data and then like replace the machine. This is a business machine. I think it's the Optiplex something or other. Yeah, no, this is how you, I don't get it. This is how you recover data when the SATA port, never mind. Stuck using this POS while my good laptop is being repaired. You'd be able to hear the fan crying out in agony. Ooh. Yeah, Toshiba always managed to make those machines that were just disappointments. Like no matter what they did, it was like one notch above HP, but it was still just disappointing. No matter what they did. My computer power supply, it worked until it didn't. Oh, okay. Yeah, always be super careful with the inside of these things. They will kill you. Not even joking. And I think this is one of those stupid small form factor ECUs too. They're garbage. They're garbage and I hate them. Started my week with a 600+ pound rack of AV equipment falling off the wall onto me. Luckily, I was able to catch it. Holy hell. Oh my God, somebody put, yeah, none of this. None of this is okay. Oh my God, first off, I'm glad you're safe. Second off, unless I'm mistaken, that's a battery? Like one slot down, the APC thing with the blue screen? That's a battery. You don't put batteries in wall-mounted racks. Or if you do, you put very small ones. You put the battery in a tower below or something. You don't wall mount batteries. Why would, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're safe. But dear Lord, somebody put you in danger. Hopefully they fix this up in a safer manner, even if they just did a vertical mount below for the battery or something. Like, that makes me nervous. It took a bit of reassembling to make this photo work. Why am I looking at an old landline phone? Did you just put it back together? If this is, I mean, that's cool. I take old electronics apart all the time. It's actually really nifty. But you also have wires coming off of it, which concerns me. I think there's more to this picture. I don't know what you're planning and it makes me nervous. The battery has been replaced. Oh, I really hope you bought an official one. Cause that doesn't look like an official battery to me. Or the shop that did it ripped you off. Rest in peace, GTX 770. You fought valiantly to the end. Oh, we shall mourn them. Yeah, I had a 670 die after like 6 or 7 years straight. And yeah, just started drawing triangles all over the place, and then it wouldn't boot. Fan cleaning, gross! You can do this with fans, but make sure to like dry them for like 48 hours afterwards. Just be super careful. I think there's a little scratch. I immediately checked the top to see if this was another Samsung A10. It doesn't look like it is. S8 something? I think that's a retina scanner. Not sure. But yeah, you did a number on it. Booted up this game and it's lagging a bit. Any help? Have you tried turning it off and back on again? The SIM card tray on my colleague's iPhone 11 seems to be corroding. He has no idea why. Oh, weird. That looks like vaguely chemical almost. I don't see a battery bulge or anything. That's weird. Someone smashed this Lenovo laptop to bits. Still works though. Hell yeah. I have always been a proponent of Lenovo laptops, particularly ThinkPads. They were always my work go-to thing because I dropped them in construction environments and things still ran. Yeah, so A Microsoft phone. I think, yeah, no, that looks like Microsoft. Is this a Windows phone? One of the last ones in existence? Or is this one of their new Android? This might be one of their Android phones. Still, interesting, pretty lines. Mean phone, very sick. Mrack somehow shoved a pen into his phone's LED screen. What the frack? I'm so confused. What? I know you can do it from the front, but like, I don't understand this. And the photo was apparently taken by someone riding a washing machine in space. So of course it's too blurry to actually make anything out. Yes, it still turns on. No, it isn't a flip phone. It's a ZTE something. Oh my God. Oh, I remember these. Yeah, it's not supposed to do that. After rigorous testing, I have come to the conclusion that it is not a flip phone. I'm glad you and the science team have made such great progress. There's also an unscrewed NVMe under the CPU cooler. Is this just like a testing bay or something, or is this somebody's like permanent rig? Because if it's a permanent rig, I'm just gonna cry. I'm gonna sit here and cry. I don't think that's healthy. One of these sensors is reading 148 degrees Celsius. It's probably the one by the crack in the bottom of your screen, but still, nice to know you could melt metal anytime you want. My trusty GTX 750 Ti decided to die. Yeah, I think this is like the range when all the 600 and 700 GTX. Oh my God, that is pretty. Wow, for desk screens, that's kind of a cool one. Turning a 2070 into a 1080. Please don't. An explainer for anyone who doesn't get it, the 1000 series of NVIDIA cards were shorter than the 2070s, and some of the 2070s didn't fit in people's cases. This is just a giant shearer. It literally just shears metal and stuff. And yeah, they're just shortening the card by cutting through it, because that's how cards work. Don't put your PC against the wall. I know my motherboard is misaligned. Nobody cares about your motherboard. If they do, tell them to shut the hell up. But yeah, give it a couple inches to actually get the air out of there. I broke a lightning cable in the weird way. Cable is not plugged in, don't worry. Oh, you ripped out the actual, whatever that is, JST. I forgot the connector name. Well done. Also clean your fingernails. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how to properly take care of an HP. Okay, confession time. In college, I used to buy the tiny bowls of cereal, you know, the single serve ones, and I would balance it on my laptop because my desk was filled with other hardware and a steering wheel, and I was a geek, okay? Still am. And nothing bad ever happened. I definitely did not spill milk all over my laptop once. And you can't prove otherwise. Surprisingly, the laptop was fine. DVD RW drive in my computer failed, and it took a disk out with it. Oh, yikes. I was always scared of those 52X ones. They just sounded like they were gonna take off. Brother-in-law lost his phone. We found it when he flipped the brisket over. No. No, do not cook your phone. Barbecue phone does not taste good. I hope you didn't eat the brisket either. And that's why you don't do a build without following a guide. Oh no. What did you even do? I decided that my laptop needed more fresh air. It's fine. I let my friend borrow my controller. Not your friend anymore. What the hell did they do? Their dog must have got onto it or something. Or your friend is not cute. Is your friend a xenomorph? Maybe we need to take out a gecko insurance policy. You know, I first thought this was gonna be a typo, but no. Apparently geckos are conductive, and whatever this was delivering power above their resistance threshold. Some slight gore. I had to replace the battery and ended up causing this. Oh. That's not that bad. Yeah, there's a bunch of screws in the bottom of your laptop. Some of them are short, some of them are very slightly longer, and you need to make sure to put the right one in the right place. GPU outside of the PC with 2 power supplies. What could go wrong? Well, that doesn't sound like that bad of okay. Oh my God, you're running all this out of a home Dell. Let it die. Just let it die. I mean, I get it. This is crap I would pull when I was a kid, but no. CPUs are great for grooming your cat. Oh my God. Corsair. Oh my God. Guess the Xbox 360 just slightly overheated. You cook that thing like heretics cook their steaks. Cable hammock. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's really cute. I'm gonna suppress the urge to rewire that entire building. I think I'm looking at an art project. There's just a motherboard, just sitting there. It's just a power supply. Did this guy forget to buy a case? Hit a pothole on a road trip a bit too hard. Ooh. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Broken hard drive disk. I'm sorry, I'm being pedantic, and also I'm sorry for your data loss. I've already told you about the hard drive that contained the first copy of all of my pictures when I started photography, just shredding itself like the day I went to go back it up after I got back from camp. My friend's headphones after going through a wash. Oh. I didn't realize they got all wibbly like that. I can't stand wired earbuds, so I'm impressed they survived it all. My friend didn't have a CPU box to take home his Ryzen 5 2600, so he put it in a pack of cards. You know, I mostly hate this, but on the other hand, I don't see it generating a lot of static, and it's protected. Just, you know, be careful. If it works, it can't be wrong. On the flip side of this, Dell power supplies are stupid. This is the Optiplex 740. Shut up. Let me nerd this one. Dell PSUs have a different pinout on their power plugs, and they also have these little teeth that hook into the case. They're not just normal freaking power supplies. And the older machines, they either won't sell you them or they're stupid expensive. So, you know what? I fully condone this because it's not actually unsafe. The outside of the case is grounded. It's fine. It looks stupid, but you know, Dell made a stupid decision too. This made me want to weep every time we had new intake. Oh, you think that is bad? Oh, you sweet summer child. Oh, you have not seen bad. Some of the network closets I've administered have been so bad that the cables were, 1, homemade, and 2, were so old that every time you pulled out a cable, the clip would break off and just go raining down, never to be seen again. And the entire thing was just a knot, like a 40-pound knot of cables. This is terrible, but it's fine. Like, I could trace this, no problem. It's way worse than all of the cables are just one big solid mass, and none of them move when you pull on them. Opened a laptop with a broken fan to find this. You wanna run that by me? Did this thing cook the inside of itself? Oh, it's an HP. Of course it did. God, that's a fire hazard. Genuinely. 2013 MacBook Pro still works. Battery lasts 30 minutes. Okay, I might be missing something here, but I don't see any bowing from the battery. I'm not gonna go after keyboard damage. Like, I abuse the hell out of my keyboards. If I'm missing something, I'm sorry. If it's a beat up keyboard and that's like the biggest thing wrong with it, like, oh, I have news for you. The real world is out there and it ain't pretty. Working at a student-led IT center. Student left their Chromebook on a flameless stove. Oh! Induction! That's fascinating! I find that genuinely cool. That is fascinating. I want to see footage of that cooking itself. The little calculator that could. Memory cleared. I bet it was. Would you like to connect to TV Samsung 8 Series 75-inch or which is totally a legit device that won't immediately spray your phone with malware. This is how a friend of mine cools his R9 3950X. Free range and homemade, just like Mama used to make. I love the Mac Mini. It loves you too. Maybe not after. What did you do to it? Did you try to repair this thing? You know better. This is how I received a used motherboard I bought. Well, now you have some very pretty wall art. So, I heard we need some 3-phase 32-amp DMX512 and some single-phase 32-amp XLR audio? Okay, all right. This is an extremely niche joke, like even for Hardwaregore. I'm gonna break it down real simple. The tiny plugs on the left are for like stage and club lighting, DMX, and microphone audio, XLR. The ones on the right are for single and 3-phase power. Stonkingly huge power outlets that power things like lathes and manufacturing mills and things that will cook you if you look at them funny. This person clearly makes wires and had access to both of these connectors, connected them together, and has built you a cable that will let you see and hear God. All you have to do is plug it into a lightning controller and a speaker. These are basically literal lightning cables. The loudest bass boost you will ever experience. Also the last bass boost you will ever experience. I paid $70 for this. On purpose? Or at gunpoint? Flea market find, a bunch of iPhone 5S's that had been punctured as part of data destruction. Oh wow, now I'm insanely curious. I'd assume things like the camera module and things like that would still be good though. Interesting. My friend's phone. The peg keeps the screen working. Best we don't remove the peg.
I mean, in the long run, your friend is a genius. You'd be shocked and horrified to learn how much of the internet is just held together with pegs and clips and hopes and prayers and some string somebody duct taped there 15 years ago and we just don't touch it. Mom's phone screen decided to die. Oh, wow. Holy hell. In like the worst way possible. What happened? Wait, that's where the battery is. That rectangle on the right, like the long rectangle on the right-hand side, that's the battery. I disposed of this safely. I tried to print my photo, but printer fracks it up, resulting in creation of some modern art. What? I was expecting like a fuser problem or some crappy inkjet. No, it rescaled it. What the hell? This is not normal. The battery I just pulled out of my Razer Blade. Oh no, that's my laptop. Yikes. That's no fun. Crap, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. When the RAM don't fit, a hammer is the solution to all IT problems. I'm not kidding. My old job had a hammer. It was held by basically the longest running on-site operations person, and eventually it came to me. And when I left that job, I took it with me because I'd been there for over a decade. I still have that hammer. I want to get it framed. My brother's rat rod computer he put together. Why are you people doing this? Wait, is this the same person with the Asus card? I can't tell if that's the same card. It's the same desktop though. It's the same Inspiron with the graphics card just hanging out the side like somebody's just carrying around half their brain. Just a little sack in their pocket. God. Poor things. Found in a shallow river, lodged under a rock. It's probably been there since a flood 2 years prior. Calcified motherboard. How old is this thing? Well, old. Yes, I see parallel. It's probably been there since before then. My dad's phone is beyond saving. Yes, it also, again, another Samsung. Look, I like Samsung, but their cheaper phones are crap. And I see the outline of the battery. Very clear as day. That's not good. That's not good. Lost my M2 screw. You know, there's a whole channel on YouTube dedicated to what you can do with zip ties and like building cable management and all sorts of stuff with them. This needs to go in that. I think it's self-explanatory. All right, what am I looking at? Why is this image screwing with my eyes? Oh, the entire screen layer just popped off, but the phone is still working. Oh, that's so cool. God, that looks trippy though, especially at this angle. Shearing a chipset in half. But why? Is it like a security thing or something? Is there CPU? No, yeah. No, I don't know. My friend found his iPhone 6 like this after it had been sitting in a closet for a year. Yes, do not just stick your old phones in a box somewhere. Recycle them. If you're in the US, Staples should still do it for free. Best Buy sometimes does it for free. It depends on the location. I don't know. I think Amazon will also do e-waste collection for free. Recycle them, because you do not want them to turn into tiny little explosives. Only slightly damaged. The word slightly is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. And you want $420? Custom Game Boy Pocket. Okay, I've been trolling around for a purple Game Boy Color and a GameCube because I desperately want them. I do not think, I'm gonna look this up right now. A brand new Game Boy Pocket, ice blue, in collector's condition, open box, is $400. And you want $420 for this pile of garbage. You can get a brand new one factory sealed for $500 and a cleaned and tested one for $119. Sit down and eat your garbage. Ex-smoker cleaned my PC for the first time in way too long. I know, I'm ashamed. Hey, no, actually, no. I'm not gonna shame you, because you quit smoking, and that's freaking really hard to do. So if the worst that happens is you're running 5 to 10 degrees warmer on your CPU, it's fine. It's genuinely fine. There is zero shame. Clean this out and have a slightly better performance and have a way better life. Good job. I snapped my keyboard and made an abomination. Why did you snap your? Oh, it's a membrane. Never mind. Yeah, this is how people get into the two-hand keyboard thing. I have purposely not looked up the name of it because every time I start looking that up, I go down the rabbit hole of building one myself, and I have too many hobbies. All right, I spend enough on keyboards as it is. I don't need that. Spilled water on my computer. It's pretty. I would have thought the Surface, I think this is a Microsoft Surface. I would have thought it would have been slightly more water resistant considering the fact it's supposed to be this portable machine. They use it in education. Schools beat the crap out of computers. Surprisingly, it still works. Somehow. How? Oh my God. I'm just getting into digital audio and like synthesizers and stuff. You bend one of these plugs like 1/4 of a millimeter and it stopped working. How is this still working? B button stopped working and I got angry. Wow. Wow. Look, everyone rages. I think everyone rages. I've never broken a controller. I don't even think I've broken a keyboard. Like, I think I broke a pencil once when I was like 14. But did you just like twist it off with your bare hands or did you chuck it? Wow. The poor controller. My friend put his tablet on the hot stove. Wow, that's kind of pretty actually. That's wild. Does it still work? No, I want to know if it still works. My laptop after cleaning. What did you use on it? Did you clean this with acetone or something? Or don't tell me you sent this to like a shop or something every time. Jesus. Oh my God. What? I spilled coffee on my GTX 1060. What do? You buy another one. It's been like 6 months. You buy another one. Haven't cleaned it in like 3 years, to be honest. You buy another one. There's most likely a mouse in the PSU shroud. You kill the mouse, and then you buy another graphics card. Support team! Oh, it also got flooded like 2 years ago. What the hell have you done to your machine? How the frack do you even? A fire sprinkler went off on it. My answer has not changed. You throw it out or you recycle it and you buy another graphics card. Figured out while my laptop was taking off when there were 2 Chrome tabs open. Didn't clean the fans? Yeah, I didn't clean the fans. That'll do it. And no shame or guilt or anything. I'm guilty of it too. I don't clean my laptop fans nearly enough. I still need replacement fans for my last laptop. The right fan just went kaput in the middle of a recording session for EmKay actually. And you just heard the fan just grinding against the bearings. It was great. It's gonna be over $100 for a stinking fan. Our train station displays speak enchanting table now.
The next train arriving on platform 3 is the... Making station stops at...
My Oculus Quest 2 controller after playing Gorilla Tag. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. I don't even know what Gorilla Tag is, but that doesn't sound good. RAM upgrade? Oh goody! Wow, I had no idea you could put RAM into PCI slots. Boy, they sure are versatile. Bought a used keyboard from eBay, and this thing showed up. What the hell? No, this is dark. No. Kill it. Toasty. Did you run this without a heatsink? What did you do? Welcome to McDonald's. Try a hey, can I get a Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Demons. Remember kids, don't use cheap thermal paste and twist before pulling. I think it's thirsty. No, absolutely not. No.
Y'all, I'm new to Reddit, not even sure if this counts as Hardwaregore. I found this subreddit on a random video, thought I'd post my janky 2DS. That random video is clearly EmKay, of course. Of course. Bit of EmKay, you better been watching an EmKay video, mate. Oh, don't be silly, my friend. That's clearly not broken. What that is you playing the new Venom game on the 2DS, which, yeah, as we can see, there's a Venom tendrils. The aim of the game is to try and play as the Venom symbiotes consuming your Nintendo DS, because there's nothing more fun than playing a video game where your eyesight is obscured. Flashbang thrown into your face? No, that's just interior surprise lighting. This workstation was being used like this for God knows how long. As someone who uses this thing that we call technology, it really, it's, look, I can't say some of the words I want to say. It makes the ticks of me just fly right off. They're going on holiday to another country right now. That is how off they are. What I'm trying to say is I'm ticked off because how can this work fine, but I step on my phone charger cable and oh no, I have to buy a whole new phone. Don't know how the phone broke when I stepped on the cable. Maybe they had an intimate relationship and because I stepped on it, it broke its heart and it died of a heart failure. My point is, this shouldn't work without some sort of dark magic. Ah, yes, cable management. Well, now notice in the title, it doesn't say good or neat management. Technically, they've been managed. They're no longer unconnected. They're all connected to each other. Just, good luck trying to figure out where things are where. It's a shame too, because you can see above it, it's been neat. It's been done tidy, but when they got to actually plugging things in, they just gave up.
I give up.
Calculating. Give it a moment. It's almost done processing. It's just got to figure it out what's happened. Sorry, it's just a real big scientific formula you put into this thing. Give it a moment. It'll nail it soon.
Nailed it.
Help! I messed up the CPU installation. Oh, wait, did you? I have a feeling all those gold pieces aren't meant to bend like that. I'm also pretty certain that's not how you plug it into a fan if you were intending to plug it into the fan. This is the exact thing I'm afraid of whenever people say, oh, it's easy to build your own computer. You just gotta like plug in parts together like complicated Lego. I think it's a bit more complicated than that. My dad sent me this today. Just needs a dusting, right? I see you've checked it out before someone finished their black spray paint of the whole area. At least that's what the company's telling you. It's definitely that. It wasn't a fire. No, fires don't do that. Fires create fire, not spray paint. Trust us, it's totally safe. In fact, we'll keep it running while you do your work around it because we know it's that safe. Man, fuck ISP Ethernet services. Yo, what? So I am not at all the IT specialist in our group. This is definitely LEXI's expertise. But after 5 minutes of Googling, I'm very confident that this is totally fine. I don't see what we're complaining about. The only saving grace being some cheap tape and then still charging you like $300 for the service? Yeah, it's fine.
Hello, I like money.
You've heard of brushless fans. I bring you the bladeless fan. Look out, Dyson, we're coming for you. And unlike your over-expensive products, we won't work. Wait, no, hang on, wait. We won't be as pricey. Probably the grossest keyboard I've ever seen. I'm not calling myself out here, but this is exactly why I'm afraid to ever take my car to a cleaner. I take my rubbish out, I beat the mats so that, the dust is all off them, but yeah, I'm scared, okay, I'll be judged like this person is. Also, it's a car. I mean, it's Australian culture to treat that as like your spare room. I'm not saying it's as grungy as this keyboard. I'm just saying that I get a little bit anxious when people ask for a lift. I dropped my hard drive, and the best way to describe this experience is with a single note that's This is why you don't play Minecraft live, okay? Because the pickaxe, when you left click, it's gonna smash whatever's there. Keyboard moment. Okay, seriously, people, why is everyone dropping their stuff? Is there some universal banana peel just running around seeking people who are carrying their expensive computer gear? Oh, bought a new laptop from Best Buy, I see. Well, that's gonna be a bad day for you. McDonald's drive-through menu screen's not feeling too well. Maybe it's caught the pox. Oh dang, I was expecting like maybe one of the screens was just looking like the Windows desktop, but wow. That is a literal biological infection. Seriously though, how does that even work? Isn't it all like squares and dots? How are they big bloppy circles? Lexi, we need you! Can anyone tell me what is wrong with my mum's phone? So you bought one of those Galaxy Fold Flippy Z's. Now, I'm not an expert on them because I don't really understand the technology, but based on what I can see here, I think it's not a Galaxy Fold Flip Z thing. Also, maybe don't put your phone in your back pocket and constantly sit down. That's also a factor. What I can recommend is your mum put me in her pocket and she can sit on me instead. What? Sorry? What? Can someone tell me why my phone isn't working? For goodness sake, is this the same person posting twice? People, clearly your bodacious booties are too much for your phones to handle. That Gorilla Glass on those phones are only designed to stop with like hammers and things, not like juicy, thick thighs. But look, to best figure out how to fix your phone, we're gonna need to figure out how it exactly broke. So what I want you to do is put me in your back pocket and sit down on me.
Throw it away.
Found a photo of my old PS4 controller. That's not old, my friend. That's the new zombie design for Halloween season. Be spooked by all the times you had a tantrum for not winning the video games. Shudder at the cringe when you realize it was over something so trivial. Huzzah to the horrors of your past experiences, knowing you'll never be able to change what you've done. Only $79.99.
Slap chopping. Here's how to order.
Sit. Oh, how cute. You designed a little mini tent for your computer card. Was that the motherboard? I don't know, it's a chip, but deceivingly inedible. All I'll say is maybe use different materials if you want to build a tent.
That's not bad for a morning's work, I think you'll agree.
It fell off a third floor. Impossible. This can only mean one thing. That it's not people's butts that are causing their phones to break, but just the floor that they come in contact with? No, the floor has a butt as well. Quick, find it. Find its butt. It was never the phone owner's butts that were causing it to break. It was the floor's butt this entire time. That's the lore now, yep. That's the story lore of today's video. The floor has a butt somewhere and it's trying to break your phone. Always be wary of the floor's booty.
I like big
Update on the Toshiba laptop. It still somehow works. Almost caught on fire after this was uploaded. Wow, that's a choice to revive that thing. Okay. I'm sure robots in the future will look back at this post and just think, oh my god, please let it die.
Let it go.
I think I got a virus. Ah, yes, the old virus that causes your laptop to burst into flames and literally explode in your face. This is why you need a firewall, people, because as we all know, fire defeats fire. That's just the logical conclusion we can make here.
Fire with fire. Makes sense.
I slammed my Wii onto the ground.
Your what?
It exploded.
Yo, your what?
Yes, it still works. No, it won't show anything on the screen. Lord, okay, I mean, this is like a Ship of Theseus kind of thing. Define working for us here, because I mean, if you can't see what you're doing, is it really still working?
Is he though?
Though I guess that is just the norm for blind people, so. Sir, my computer isn't working. I can't see anything. Oh, that's strange. Could you turn it on for me? No, I can't see anything. Oh.
Time heals all things, except these crazy eyes.
Duraleak. Yeah. All batteries. If you have a thing to care about, take the batteries out. In fact, I'm really worried. There's a very expensive action figure I have in storage that I didn't take the batteries out when I got it, and I didn't realize it had batteries in it. And I'm really worried it's gonna have leak, and it's just Schrodinger's problem at this point. But yeah, no batteries are exempt from leaking. Duracells aren't supposed to be durable against leaking. They're supposed to last longer. Take the batteries out of the stuff. Found this in my backyard. Oh my god, I thought that was a TV remote. No. Oh my god. Actually, I don't think that's a really old phone. I think it's a phone for one of those pug dealers. You know, the ones that hang around in back alleys and sell pugs. Yes, that's what that phone's for. iPhone is disal. iPhone is disal. Try again in 3 minutes. I'm surprised there are this many characters on the screen. This is why I wear gloves and a mask for some PC repair jobs. Customer keeps getting heat warnings. You know, I said this in the last one of these. I think it was tech support gore, but just check the inside of your computer. Not only for your computer's health, but for your own. Because if there's this much stuff inside the computer, you're breathing the same air. So an air filter, or maybe replacing your carpets or something's gotta change, because you can't be breathing this crap in. Phone keychain. Okay, I view Hardwaregore and tech support gore as unintentional damage. This is intentional. This is like punching a hole in a CPU and using it as a keychain. This is fine. Guess who will never throw an unsecured bottle of Parmesan cheese into their laptop bag ever again? I work in IT far too much because the first thought was it's an unsecured bottle of Parmesan cheese, so it wasn't running HTTP. LEXI! It is a bottle of cheese. Anyways, yeah, don't do this. I thought that was fairly. Also, doesn't Parmesan cheese need to be refrigerated? Why would it be in your laptop bag? So, at least it charges? Not the worst I've seen. Honestly, could be much worse. I'm going with run over. That's my guess, because the cracks are all pretty uniform. But honestly, it could be anything. Yeah, LEDs are cool. But have you heard of LERs? Light emitting resistors? Oh no. Oh, okay, all right. Lexi's gonna do an explanation on this. A Lexplanation. That's what they're called from now on. If you want to send more power to a thing, you either wiggle the power more violently or you wiggle it faster. Resistors limit how violently you can wiggle the power, and in the process, give off heat. This is usually very nominal, tiny, microscopic bits of a degree. If you put way too much power through, you get light and possibly fire, because it will just put off as much heat as it can to keep you from wiggling the power too violently. And as the comment below the image says, any electronic component can emit light once. Pro tip, the light comes from the magic smoke inside the component. You don't want to let the magic smoke out, or the component stops working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It still works with a little adjustment. What still works? The left half? There's no control, that's a board with some buttons on. That's not a controller. I think my math is correct. That all depends on what you were trying to calculate. My GPU failed mid-game. Oh no, the ghostly sparkles of doom. Wow, it's like it's constantly turning to the left and you're getting motion blur. Laptop works just fine, just a few missing pieces. Pieces as in oh no. Where is the laptop? No, it is gone. Where has the rest of your laptop gone? It is not here. This is not a laptop. You have done terrible things. Sit in the corner and think about your sins. My mom's computer. Just buy her a new one. Just buy her a new. Why is the start button down there and the quick access on the top? How did you even do that? I don't think you can. How did you move the start? Unless that's Windows 11. If it's Windows 11, then I have no idea. I haven't touched that yet. Motherboard broke, and the case wasn't the right size for the new one. So it's now caseless. You know, I'm fine with these caseless builds, but if you're gonna do it, just know, one, you are risking the entire rig, and two, try to prop it up, like get it off any surfaces. It's kind of hard to tell from this pile of Borg vomit what graphics card you have, but you know, they do draw a decent amount of power now, and it will burn down your house. Should I add more multiband compression? I think you need to back off on the bass. I don't think compression was the issue here. And I was wondering why my cable didn't work. All right, this one's a little challenging for me because it looks like an RJ45 jack, but there's like a circuit board behind it and you're running through whole components or something through it, or it's not attached at all. I can't tell. This looks like one of those the cheap field jacks that basically let you crimp a head onto a cable without actually doing it. Sorry, I only call them cheats because the only people that use them are people that have to do like 2 jacks in their entire life, or people that can afford the $12 price for each of them. I'm sure all it needs is a reboot. Well, as an IT professional, have you tried turning it off and back on again? I found the reason weird noises were coming from the server disk. Oh no. Explanation time. Inside of a hard drive, the old spinny platter type, the kind that go whoosh, there's a bunch of tiny magnetic floating heads, and they float just barely over the surface of the disk, and they read and write magnetic data to the disk surface. If anything goes wrong with the seal of the hard drive or something, or they get bumped, or sometimes they just fall. Hitachi and IBM TravelStar disks were terrible at this. The heads will fall onto the drive platter, and the drive platter can be going anywhere from 5,400 rounds per minute to 15,000. So basically, imagine jabbing a windshield wiper into the side of a miter saw at full speed. And all of your data is stored on the miter saw somehow, and it's very delicate, and it just went flying up in shards. Goodbye! Ticket! Why is my Ethernet not working on my laptop? Please fix! Did they put it in the USB port? Did they put it in the USB or the HDMI port? Oh, no, they didn't. What they did do is put a USB cable into the RJ45 port, because they bent all the pins and murdered the top of the port casing. We need to color code this stuff at this point. It's now a foldable phone. Every phone folds once. I think the GPU on my old laptop is finally dying. Oh, yes. I like how it's screwing up the colors for only the dark areas, because if I remember this image correctly, like that's all shadow. So like black is now green. I think this might just be matrix mode. Oopsies. Oh yeah, that was just a little, oopsie, a teeny tiny whipsy wapsy, oopsie whoopsie wingo. I'm sure if you take it down to IT, they'll straighten it out. It'll be fine. My calculator didn't work, so I opened it to change the battery. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Where did it go? Why is there a chunk? Did you eat a portion of your calculator? GPU was overheating, found out it was breathing through a carpet. Yep, yeah, that one's actually not that bad. This is pretty average for carpet lint. Carpet's awful. Carpet's just freaking terrible for everything. It's painful. It really hurts my soul seeing them ruined like that. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I can commiserate. That's just sad. I'm way too young for like the arcade generation and stuff like that. So like I don't get the games themselves, but I know lots of people made lots of very good memories. And it'd be like, somebody taking a sledgehammer to, a GameCube or a PSP or a DS or something. Like it's technically just a really big box, but it's a box that meant a lot of things to a lot of people, and original ones are super rare. Oh, that's sad. That's really sad. Passive cooling an i9 with an 8-pound block of copper. Did it work? No, I'm genuinely curious, because if you can make an i9 stealth quiet, I'm all for that. I think it's about time for me to get a new PC or something. Because you ripped the hinge off of What even is this? Okay, I spent way too long trying to find out what this laptop is because it's running an America Megatrends motherboard, which is usually like a desktop. I know it's just the motherboard brand, but this is a weird one. I don't know what this function key on the left click is, and it's an ISO keyboard, so I know it's not like in the US, and the slash is down by the Z. Like what? What is this? Anyways, no, I don't think you deserve a laptop. You need a tablet from here on out because you didn't treat the hinge with respect. Sorry. Why do people do this? How do you even... Oh, God. For those that haven't figured it out yet, that's all the pins. Actually, it might just be the cable, but it's still a mess. It's an HDMI or DisplayPort, I think it's HDMI, video cable coming out of the back of a computer, and somehow it's been yanked or stepped on or yanked or somehow, so that the bit that covers all the pins and wires has been broken off inside the graphics card, which if you're very careful, you might be able to get it out, you might be able to save the card, but the card's probably dead. Yay, 300 to 500 bucks. My friend's phone, after being broken for like 2 years. You got Steam on it. I like the optimism. Yeah, I'm gonna game through Steam Link on this screen. I never understood this, and maybe it's just because I couldn't see well, but like, I'd rather go out and buy like a burner phone, like one of those cheap Android phones, than work on something like this. But that's just me. Spicy pillows! They make a return! Don't eat these. Remember, every human can emit light too. Once. Gold-plated hairbrush. This is terrible, but also funny. Old processors make me sad because like they're so finely engineered, and you kind of want to save them because, but they're also like useless. Like especially stuff from like Core 2 Duo and below. You can't even use them as servers or anything. Like they're just not very good. Plugged in an SD card I found in a box. Wow. I'm not sure if negative free space means that it is full or it's probably past its rewrite limit and it's probably in read-only mode. But I would try formatting it if there's nothing on it. Just try to write a quick format and just see what happens. It finally happened. Spicy pillows, run away! They burn your house down. Yeah. Cloud computing. Get out. Get out. Bike ran over my 13 Pro Max. No, I just got a 14 Pro Max and oh, that hurts. I'm sorry. I hope you have Apple Care. Don't ask me how, but I accidentally baked my phone. Really? And didn't realize it until it almost caught fire. No, I am gonna ask you how. I'm not gonna get an answer, but I am gonna ask you how. Also, isn't this the Note? This is not the Note 7. I think this is the Edge. That looks really close to the Note 7, which would bake itself. It didn't need your help. Dog got a hold of them. Repairable? Ooh, oh, I see. Oh. I don't actually know if any electronics go through the strap, but I'm thinking maybe. I'm thinking it might be able to rig up something. It's not gonna be pretty, but the headset will still run. So I don't see any contacts or wires or anything in there, so good luck. Nylon webbing, like the 1-inch wide you can get off Amazon. It's actually super easy to work with in case you're watching this video. You can use it to replace all kinds of like bag straps and things like that. Resistor bridge. Okay, so I was talking about resistors before. They need to have a specific value for specific situations. Sometimes they need to be very, very specific. And if you don't have the right value, you can technically keep connecting more of them to get the right amount of resistance that you need. However, on something like this, where it's a surface mount board and there's a fixed spot for the resistor, and you can only replace it with that resistor because there's no room, you go out and you buy the correct part, or you do this, and you pray it's not for a client or not expensive. Do fire alarms count? What the hell is that? Are those ants? Oh God, no. Nope. Screw that. Goodbye. My authentic copy of Pokemon Gold got ruined in my backpack. I found it like this while taking a break at work. It's still functional though. Oh yeah, I remember seeing them broken like that, like the rough kids at school. That should actually be fairly repairable, and that's honestly why the piece was there to begin with. I know it kind of, kills the resale value, but I don't think video games should have super high resale values. I think preserving video games and making sure future generations get to play any game they want is way more important. So I'm sorry it's no longer like in super good resale condition, but I really genuinely hope you enjoy it to its fullest. Fully working Samsung Galaxy A20e. Okay, for this one, like I understand phones are expensive. The S series of phones is stupid expensive, objectively. The only reason I got a Pro Max was for my YouTube channel, so I could use it as an additional sort of have everywhere camera. But there are refurb versions of the A line and the J line, although they may have discontinued the J line. But still, you can get cheap-ish phones that won't be putting glass into your fingertips. Why are you carrying this around and using it? Please replace your phones. My keychain. Again, not hardware. See, this is punching a hole in the processor. It's like a sysadmin thing, I swear. I like the is that an RFID tag? I don't want to know what's on that flash drive or that one. I don't know what that bunch of wires is, but that looks suspiciously like a USB killer. Love the Lambda logo. I have an Itronics GoBook 3, look it up, with a giant Lambda on the back and Black Mesa Research Facility, like on it in like a very sort of corporate IT font. And it was a used laptop sold off at from an auction that used to be in an unnamed law enforcement vehicle. So basically, yeah, it was an FBI laptop. Scratching the inside of hard drives is pathetic. I crush my old hard drives with what? Man, I filled mine up with salt water. When I had to do like 20 or 40 at a time, I'd just poke holes and fill them with salt water, let it drain out, and that would oxidize it. And then we usually like drill press a few holes into all of them. But man, I want to have been able to expense a pneumatic press for hard drive disposal. That's awesome. My friend tried to glue down screen. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Seen at local Discovery Center. Microprocessor. I actually like this. This is cool. It's a Discovery Center. It's like a kids museum or like a museum where you can touch stuff and it's not as formal. I think this is fine. Like genuine. Like they knew it was going to be touched in a public setting. They probably picked up some. I don't even remember. I don't know what any of the sockets are anymore. But they were like, just go for it. This is not Hardwaregore because it's intentional. The stress controller didn't make it through my day of Apex today. My goodness. I have never broken a controller. I have whacked the desk a few times, and I think I whacked my keyboard once. But every time I've been playing with controller, like if I'm really furious at the game, I'm more likely to just like press it against my forehead or something, or like throw it onto the bed or something, because I'm still conscious of the fact that this is $60. Shocking. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I need to explain this one. No explanations for this. If you need an explanation, you gonna die. Just found this outside my house. I'm sorry. Do you work in IT? Did somebody just like think you could drop off like a broken computer like you drop off a baby at a monastery? All right, what is this thing? Display face down, because I see the power lines going to the tubes on either side from the inverter. There's a swollen battery. Oh, okay, this was a laptop. I see the hinges. Yeah, the hinges right along the back in the back left corner. You see the little silver dot, and then the speakers up front. Well, one of them. I think this is the bottom half of a laptop, but it's face down, which is why it was so confusing. I'm guessing that's the screen off to the right. I still want to know why it was dropped off outside your house. Like, is this a threat that only IT people understand? I'm sure that micro SD card slot will work just fine. Oh my God. Confession, I haven't actually seen the inside of a micro SD card. It's usually covered by a shielding. And if I'm ever working with micro SD cards for robotics projects or whatever, I buy the breakout board, which is just like a little $2 board with the shielding and everything mounted on it. And then you get normal pins and then you work with the pins. The thing I don't understand is how all of the pins got that bent. They must have put it in backwards and kept shoving it in, or they put like the connector side backwards. God, how do you do that? Don't force things. Like, don't force things with electronics. Just never do it. I don't know why that one bothers me. That one makes me sad. I'm not sure why. I don't even know what the device is. Behind my gaming console collection. Oh my God. Oh, this is as bad as Kid Icarus's streaming setup. I will confess, I did this kind of stuff when I was in high school and college, but working in IT and like, I spent so many literal months of my life picking through messes of other people's cable that I got obsessive about cable management and organization. And now I just don't have these problems. And as an added bonus, I don't have to worry about burning my house down because of this. I accidentally stepped on an Intel Celeron. Ow! Oh my god, is your foot okay? Like, of course you bent the processor, but it's a Celeron. I'm pretty sure they gave these out in cereal boxes. Your foot, however, was a Cracker Jack prize, and that's slightly more valuable. How the hell is it still running? This can't be real. What? Is that a bullet hole? That has to be a bullet hole. So it depends on the phone, but a lot of phones will put the motherboard, like the main CPU, down the right or left side, about a quarter of the width of the phone, and the other 2/3 is the battery. And then up top is your sensors, your camera, display driver, stuff like that. So it's possible, especially if you hit towards the camera area, there's not a lot behind that because the camera's so thick. It is very possible, especially if you hit it like where the battery is and the battery doesn't explode. That entire area can be just missing and the phone will still run. Data wiped successfully. Did you take this outside with the 22? I have never actually fired a 22 at a hard drive. I need to try that. I'm not gonna do anything bigger because I'm scared of it ricocheting. But I think a 22, well, I'm not sure if a 22 can make it through. Older Bros charger, definitely in life support. Buy a new cable. Please buy a new cable, please. And here is why I'm so picky about replace your phones, replace your cables, because I've seen some of this stuff catch fire. At my old job, we bought aftermarket cables. Actually, the idea was to have stronger cables. So we bought aftermarket cables that had metal wrapping around them, and they were supposed to be armored because this was in a very public setting and we knew people were gonna yank on them, but we had to have the iPads in a way that could be picked up by the visitors to check in. And we used these aftermarket cables probably 3 months until we got a call from security saying there's smoke coming out from under the front desk. And we rushed down there, and the end of the cable had frayed kind of like this, and the metal wrapping was shorting to the power coming out of the charger, and the charger wasn't turning off. It wasn't engaging the chemical fuse that's supposed to cut the power. And the thing was just gonna burn. And when you have stuff like braided cables and, charging right next to your bed, it will start a fire. And if that fire gets to your phone gets hot enough, you can't put out a lithium fire. So yeah, I'm not being insensitive. I know stuff costs money. I'm not being insensitive here, but I just don't want you to have to pay a lot more money to replace all the rest of your crap, because the rest of your crap is important too. I wanted to test this old Intel processor, but lost the original locks of the cooler, so I improvised with some wires. I tried to make it as most of good taste as I could. First off, do not taste your processors. That is bad for you. Second, I'm really surprised you have the original cooler, but not the original locks for it. And honestly, this works just fine. This isn't like the processor itself, where you really need to make sure that connection is solid. Like, the thermal paste is supposed to cover that gap between the two pieces of metal. And as long as you're smushing that with reasonable amount of force and 90-something% of the two plates are conducting heat, especially given that cooler and given that motherboard, I don't think you're putting out that much heat. My sister's phone. I did not blur anything. This is her actual phone. Why? I think I can fix this. You got some confidence, I'll give you that. That amount of confidence is great for IT sales. I can tell you're not an engineer, because we're all pessimistic. Yes, those are 3090s. You guys know crypto crashed, right? Like, you don't need to burn the crap out of these cards for imaginary money. Funny thing is, I saw that light coming off the bottom and thought for sure this was going to be a GPU on fire situation. It is not, and honestly, this is fine. But also, well, why? Windows suddenly doesn't boot anymore. Any tips? Is this the 20 gig Toshiba drive that was giving everybody absolute hell in the 2000s? Oh no, this is 1 terabyte. Toshiba still makes drives? This is 1 terabyte, this is recent. But yeah, I have the fix. It's on this new hard drive that you purchase off of Amazon, and you install Windows on that. That's how you get Windows to boot. You get a new window. Good enough to use. Grundig? What is a Grundig? MPix 1452. This looks like some weird media player thing. I have no idea what it is. I'm fascinated though. Sorry boys, can't play tonight. Where's the rest of it? Actually, my wife had a Yoga 730 and half the screen died after 2 or 3 years. She thinks she may have accidentally stepped on it, or the dog stepped on her, something. It was on the couch. But I still have the bottom half of that laptop, and it'll work as a little server. You get yourself a monitor, even oh god, you could Steam Link from the Wi-Fi to that. That is terrifying. Don't do that. Le Flip. Samsung Z Flip 2018. That's, no. I don't know how prices are done, but I really hope that's 1.3 euros and not 1,305 euros. I really hope somebody doesn't buy this. I know it's a joke, and you know it's a joke, but somebody, somewhere, is that stupid. Homemade Samsung curved smart TV. Oh, no. Why does it look like it has a Reddit post on it? Oh, it looks brand new too. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry.
I played a lot last night. I guess you could say things really got heated. How do you melt your wax? I do it by playing video games while I'm waiting for something to export on Premiere, because my computer has no limits if I just don't respect them. Told customer to remove toner cartridges before shipping. Oh no! Oh. I believe alcohol is a good solution for getting ink stains off things, so enjoy, printer, you're gonna get very, very drunk. Got a bit muddy. I wonder what the brief was with this cleaning job. Tried to work outside, it did not agree with me. My friend's cable. This is why I believe in the consumer's right to repair. It does hurt though when some people will think this is still valuable as to resell. This hard drive somehow still works, but only with the lid off. I'll work for you, but only if I'm completely nude. Whee! Look at my thing spin! Oh no! Found these half-century-old batteries in a calculator. I can just smell the fumes through the screen. Any advice on what to do about this? Oh, I see. Your screen is drunk. What you needed to do is pour some coffee into it to help sober it up. I've been told that the keyboard in my school isn't working. I took one key out and... Oh god, this really makes me reflect on all the keyboards in my school growing up. Oh, it's like calcified on all those keys. It blowed up. Oh no! Well, it's just that part there, so it's fine. Just use the rest of the board. It's okay, totally safe. You can trust me, I'm an electrical mechanic. Electrical mechanic. I'm electrical. How Amazon packaged my new 10 terabyte hard disk drive, or how to make a 270 euro paperweight. I do not doubt this was just thrown around in a truck like 15 times. My partner's new Chromebook. The mousepad barely works too. Oh, dude. Oh no. You can already tell the doom of this PC by the lack of shift key and a down pad. Like, why are those two missing? What game are you playing that they were destroyed? Ripped out my HDMI cable. Oh, it's like a decapitation, but the spine's still intact. Yeah, that's where my mind goes when I see a disconnected HDMI cord. I think of beheadings. Little cousin is a pain in the butt. Some old TV stick. By the curvature of that thing, I think they used their butt to inflict the pain. Customer claimed this is due to parts defect and wants warranty coverage. Know what? No, it's very justified. See, when something is smashed enough times, the parts do become defective, so it's under warranty. Don't worry, customer, you've got a very strong case. Do you reckon that's enough thermal paste? I know this is photoshopped, but I don't care. I love this. This is great. Someone send this to LEXI, please. Selling my gaming PC, $1,000, works like new. As in, when I newly bought it, it didn't work, so technically it still does that. My phone throughout the time, from when it first started breaking down till now. Oh no. I don't appreciate that it's telling me to have assurance in the top corner there. There is nothing assuring about this. Except maybe my death. My coming death. Oh god, oh please don't stop telling me to be reassured. I'm only assured of you haunting me for the rest of my life now. Oh look, never mind, it's working fine now. Perfect, well done, great. Finally, we can use our favorite apps like Mess and Spotty and Pahone. My school PC. I don't even know what this part's for, but I can see it's never going to be used again. If someone could just enlighten us in the comments down below. And could someone also reply to them immediately and say, NERD! That'd be funny. Thank you. 500 gigabytes drive not booting. Well, of course not. It's got no feet in the first place, you idiot! How's it supposed to even tie up shoelaces? God, so dumb! PS5 is in for HDMI replacement. Kid said, I pushed the cable in a little too hard. A little, huh? Just a little bit. Just you. You a little kid. A little bit too hard. Please, when you're older and of legal age, learn to be gentler. Your future wife will really appreciate it. USB-C to coaxial. Yeah, I'm electrical. Amazing. It's like Minecrafting your way through cable management. Puzzle me this. Could you just explain to me again what happened with your PC and why it needs to be repaired? Well, it's a funny story. But I don't want to say it because it's my story. It's the personal information. You're not allowed to know. Oculus Quest 1 right controller. Yes, it still kinda works. See, now it's more of a memento, because you'll never be able to resell it. One of my coworkers was responsible for setting up a laptop recharging cart, and he freaking braided the cords! Okay, something tells me either your coworker is chaotically evil or they really hate their coworkers. Mac and cheese, except the Mac has turned into a $6,000 plus horrible cheese grater. What even is that? How did you achieve that? Why is that even in there? So many questions, yet if you were disgusting enough to put that towards your Mac, I kinda don't want to know the details. Is there any way to recover the data? Have you tried CPR? It doesn't really work on humans, but it's fun to, you know, have an excuse to squish someone.
Squish, squish, hey, squish.
Hey, you're keeping count, right?
What are you on about?
A Nokia got run over by a truck. This is all that remains of the Nokia and of the truck. As you can see by this photo, there's no truck to be seen. The kids left the remote on the heater. Wow, now it's a cool, wacky, inflatable, wobbly, wibbly, wobbly remote. Don't worry, this is a great opportunity to teach your kids some consequences by leaving the PS5 on the heater. Funkers took my right mouse button. Can't have Schmidt in Dodge City. No! The ulterior clicks! They're ruined! It dropped on an angle grinder. One of these edges is not like the others. One of these edges is completely gone. Hi bros, today we're playing Elden Ring at 3 a.m. Super scary! Gone sexual! But it's just me here, and a computer. I'm a very lonely person. Kids broke my ultra wide. Is this at all salvageable, or should I just toss it in the recycling? Oh, yes, I think the best option for you is to toss your kids in the recycling. PlayStation 1 gamepad to RJ45 cable. Wait, what? How? Why? What? So you can play PlayStation 1 online? Are there even any games that work online from that thing? Got a PC from a smoker-free home. Wow, look at all that lying. Thongs for when you're so good at hacking, you hack every time you walk. See this iPhone? Notice how scratched the back is? Looks rather silvery, doesn't it? Context, it used to be gold. Damn, man, like why spend, what, $15, $20 getting a phone case when you could just scratch and destroy the quality of the phone? Rate my setup. I've seen this title enough times that I kinda don't want to. Look, the PC's fine, just the room you use to game, I'm kinda questioning. I don't really support someone who poops while they games, it's very weird. iPhone is disabled. Yet no Schmidt! I'm disabled. And how did you get disabled? I don't know! Can't have Schmidt when you have younger siblings. This subreddit is really opening my eyes to the fact that kids' most rivalrous of adversaries are computer monitors. It seems you can only have one or the other in your household. My life-supported earphones. Right side doesn't work. Just the right side. Though you're sure not all of it. You know, it looks like you kind of stole it from a corpse, which I feel like is actually really inappropriate to say considering they got to do with life support, apparently, or something. What does the term mean when they say life-supported earphones? I need to know so I can be reassured if my joke about a corpse is appropriate or not. This was a SIM card, and now it's a never-ending throat lozenge for one lucky sea turtle. My headphone finally has a magic smoke decompression event. Rest in peace. I believe they call this term in the tech community the final fart. It's definitely true. Go up to any tech expert when you have some smoke coming out of your device and just say it had a final fart. They will absolutely understand you. No, editor, get that disclaimer out of here! Believe me, I'm trustworthy! Just a little broken, but it's fine. Think of it as a permanent overlay. Still usable as long as you just don't touch it. Just don't touch it, leave it on the desk, don't touch it. See, it works fine. CD burner malfunctioned spectacularly and spat a disk out into the inside of this laptop. Wow, that goes beyond malfunction. That's just impressive. It's like, imagine in your body's attempt to throw up, you pooped out vomit. I spilled my drink. Bro, what were you drinking? Acid? This setup is beautiful, but I feel like it's already broken the moment I've just blinked at it. You know, whoever managed to build this sort of PC shell is definitely going to be the MacGyver of the post-apocalypse. Dropped my i5, it still works somehow. Yeah, you didn't need those nodes anyway. Those nodes were just slowing you down. I don't know, man, it just stopped working one day. I was playing Warzone at like 120 FPS just yesterday. I don't think it's supposed to be like that. This was $100. See, it's a well-known fact that headphones are actually made out of gecko cells, so when they're scared, they actually pop off the back of their cable so they can run away safely. Don't worry, it'll grow back. All you need to do is throw that one out and buy a new one. What the hell?
Hey,
You're a
Mike,
computer!
Get out of here!
What the hell?
Pervert!
Dog got into switch case while at work. Wow, look at all that shelter your dog's gonna go to. Oh, but come on now, let's not be too rude on the dog. He's just created 7 new permanent throat lozenges for sea turtles. You know how I said earlier that that person who made an impressive PC case is gonna be the MacGyver of the post-apocalypse? Yeah, this person is not that. My dad's old iPhone 4. He used it until he spilled 1 too many cups of tea on it. How many cups of tea to cause this? Literally shattered glass and plastic ripped off. Was the hot tea controlled by a waterbender or something? Tech in schools be like, please insert CD. Oh, that's not right. I don't actually know what this image is about. I'm just constipated. This doorstop my school uses. I was about to question how a doorstop has got to do with hardware, but yep, never mind. It's still relevant. Again, why I wear a mask and gloves today. Honestly, what are your living standards that this is possible? Do they just grab some cattails outside their house and just shove them into their computer? My friend gave me this and told me to fix it. Wait, is this not literally the same piece that that person found at their school just on the floor? The potential anime protagonist? My god, the story, it's developing! No, stop. Why? Okay, I put ketchup on a lot of things too, but no. Stop wasting good fake tomato that's mostly just sugar anyway. My friend's old computer, and I quote, he took it apart, by which that means he pulled out some pieces and then just shook the whole case. My brother tried to plug in a USB-C cable into JBL Charge 3 Bluetooth speaker with a micro USB port while being totally drunk. I always do love how you can see the subtle scratches of their attempt to try and get it in right. It's like a fun little whimsical maze of someone's failures. I mean, it still turns on. Congratulations, upgrade completed. Ah, cool. Would you like to try the new self-destruct feature? No thanks. Please. Not as bad as some of these, but still don't think it's supposed to be like that. Dare to be different. And risk all of us being thrown out together in the toxic trash pile to suffer for eternity due to your own selfish actions to be different. Hey man, can I heat up some food in your microwave? Hang on, it's just exporting some videos. Life, finds a way. Oh my god, man, that is some surgical skill. What is this on my Chromebook? Oh, no big deal. It's just the remains of someone using it as toilet paper. You're fine.
Rate my setup out of what? You did the potato joke. 2. 2 out of 10. My friend's PC a few years back. Wow. I don't know what I expected when I moved on to the image, but it certainly wasn't a PlayStation 4 cardboard box. I had a challenge to build a PC for free and ended up with this beauty. How well did it run? Crysis 2? Can you do that? The capacitor legs hold the screen in and the button is self-explanatory, I hope. Dude, at this point, just get a new one. And I know that isn't possible for everybody, but at this point, you had to have saved a little bit, right? Presenting the external NVIDIA 2060 abomination. Comes with exposed live wires. No, absolutely not. Exposed live wires. Knock that off. Disassembled my first fat model PS3 this weekend. Wow! What model is this? Is it the CECH A01, the E01, or the B01? Because if this is an A01, you're a monster. I'm pretty sure there's a B, isn't there? I know the E stood for emulation. Look, all I know is that original kick-ass PlayStation 3, the very first one, was incredible. And if this is what it is, I hate you. Just tried to move my monitor to another house and this happened. What did you do? What y'all think of my hard drive bay for my server? Well, at least it's not an entire computer in a cardboard box. How in the name of all that is holy is it still running? That it's running right now at open air? Really? Bro ate his DS. Nintendo DSi, light blue handheld console game system, works, see pictures. No, you don't get to call that working, jackass. And I know for a fact, if we were able to scroll down a little bit, you'd probably be selling it for over $100. I know people like you, okay? You don't get to call this works. No, it doesn't. I just took the screen protector off. Why did you do that? You can tell someone didn't like it. Oh, why? What purpose does that serve? School keyboard. Yeah, those were always the cheapest pieces of garbage ever made. Oops. Whoa, holy crap. Did these survive a house fire? Because there's no way they did this to themselves. Dropped my school laptop. Good for you. This joint of a laptop that I got ordered to fix. This joint of a I see what you mean. The laptop's hinge joint. I gotcha. That's gross. So, it somehow still works. Don't do that. Why do people do things like this thinking, oh, it's no big deal. It's not enough to burn your house down. Yes, it is. My friend got owned in Fortnite. Ooh, sounds like your friend needs to stop playing that damn game. For real. A close-up image of a CPU socket and motherboard laying on the table. Hey, there are a few things not right about this image. He actually is using this phone. Damn. He's able to do that? Like, good for him, I guess. 0% not plugged in, charging. Huh. That phone does look to be like 10 plus years old at least, so, like at least. Found these Ethernet ports at my school. Okay. They're a little messed up. They'll be alright. My PS3 with the power supply defect. What the hell? Okay. Man, looking at how dirty and filthy everything is there, I'll complain for days about how people don't take care of their shit. I know that, a lot of electronics are just prone to failure. If they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it, right? And they do it a lot. Not saying you beat the crap out of your PlayStation 3 and then it just started to have a defect. No, obviously not. But with how dirty it is, how long before the PS4 also has a bit of a problem? Rate my pillows. Oh no. Have you tried reformatting? No. I think my aunt needs a new remote. Well, hey, look, if it still works and she knows where all the buttons are, I guess that's all that really matters, huh? Casually getting my data to a different hard drive. Okay, I'll admit, I have never seen that one before. So I dropped my laptop at school. My condolences. Router in my school. I've seen that a lot more than I would care to admit. Like, screw it, just let it dangle. Bruised my laptop. You bruised it, huh? Oh, wow, you actually weren't kidding. That's interesting. Rusted RTX 3090? It's rusted? Oh my god, no! No! Oh, that's just terrible. Ugh. Were they using it in a swimming pool? Salad. Ooh, I don't have to download any of this RAM. Yeah, we've done the core sample. There's just one thing I should mention. Oh dear. SanDisk. This is your fault. No one to blame but you. Saw this at my local IKEA. People just stealing the keycaps off of the fake stuff. That's great. Today at my school. I don't know how, but the cable was still able to work. Again, stop it. This one's not gonna burn anything down to my knowledge unless it's power over Ethernet or something like that. But still, just don't. Help. How do I fix this screen issue? I've tried everything. Ooh, yeah, unfortunately, you're boned. Something seems wrong with my Game Boy Advance. Yes. I can't quite put my finger on it. Cheap humidity sensor killed by humidity. Yay! Where do you live? Venus? I killed my web server, but not in a good way. There's a good way to kill your web server? Cracked my laptop's chipset. That's incredibly unfortunate for you. Left my childhood DS out in my dad's car on a hot day and the top screen turned into a blue oh, well that's weird. The Queen of Disaster wallpaper is quite apt for my sister's phone. I'll say, yeah. My computer won't take wireless internet anymore, so this is my solution. That's a solution? Do not step on your Nintendo 2DS. Don't worry, I don't make a habit of doing such things. I'm good. My adapter broke. Well, luckily, those things are practically free and plentiful, almost as plentiful as HDMI cables at this point, man. I got like 30 in a box. Crispy Xbox. Still works. That does look like it went through a house fire, though. My client wondered why his computer stopped working. Your client is a moron. Patriot's heatsink kinda sucks. That does look like it sucks. Yeah, checks out. My anti-sweaty gamer hand solution. Well, that's cute. They make actual desktop USB-powered fans about that size, right? New cooling system, I guess. Cooling solution with a fan taped on a piece of cardboard and a heatsink from a broken Pentium 3. What the hell? Does it work? Can you do anything with that? Does that keep it just cool enough to operate? My coworker couldn't format 128 terabyte SSD drive from Ali. I wonder why. Don't buy cheap SSD drives. They come in a shell with a frickin' SD card, and this is what it is. This is all it is. It's like 13 cents to send you one of these. And 99.9% of the time, that space, that storage count they've got is So, what do I tell my boss? Dude, you're just gonna have to tell him the truth on this one. I can tell 5-year-old me used this thing. 5-year-old you used that thing? Also, goddamn! Woo! You wanna absolutely go on a trip? If you ever get the opportunity, whether you're an iPhone user or an Android user, you get the opportunity to hold like an iPhone 4S, do it. You'll crap your pants with how small they were. I think the GPU is dead, you know? I think it just might be. Seemed to be a common problem with 360s. They said my CPU was broken. This is the GPU. Ah, I see. Still works though. Please stop doing that. You think it's trying to tell me something? I doubt it. Don't chew your expensive keyboard, kids. What the hell? For $10, I'll come to your house and hot glue all your TV remotes together. Well, that one's just a deal, dude. That's a good deal. What the hell am I looking at here, dude? An Athlon. Woo! Damn. Update on the PC I found in the woods. 6 weeks of lockdown later, and nature is taking it back. It's always a matter of time, right? Nature triumphs technology. So I asked my laptop to print 2 sheets of paper, and clearly that was just too much of an ask. Although it looks like an old Alienware. When Alienwares die, dude, they die. Chess has a visual glitch on this airplane's monitor that only happens when I play as Black? Huh. Maybe stop playing chess and just watch a crappy rom-com.
Oh, dear stars. Headless Horseman. Where's my hat gone? Customers phone the other day. You're stretching the definition of phone real far there. What did they bring it in for? Like what? You work at a recycling center, right? Somebody didn't hand this to you and be like, hey, can you fix this? Fix what? There's nothing left. Just some minor cosmetic damage. I mean, yeah, you'll need cosmetic surgery after it explodes. Okay, I think it's just bent. I thought that silver area at top was the battery expanded. I think that's the glass front of the device. I'm pretty sure there's a volume buttons on the right. Oh yeah, it's an iPad. Yeah, that's the Apple Pencil charging area. Yeah, they bend, so don't bend them. My computer seems fine. Just lag. Okay, this is what I was talking about. This is GPU. It's when your computer hallucinates for fun. Chances of this working? None, because you've opened it. There's actually a surprising amount of damage a hard drive can take, but once you like expose the platter to dirt and air and stuff, you're looking at surgical levels of recovery. And once you crack the platter at all, like it's pretty much impossible. I know you weren't actually asking, but my brain spat that out and it just came out of my mouth. So, enjoy. Why come, wasn't expecting philosophy today. Why come my overclock not working? Your overclock not working because turn computer into toaster. What in the kind of shit? What are you doing to your computers? Stop. I feel like half the stuff I read nowadays, I'm just like, right to repair. We need to be able to take apart our devices and repair them. And then I turn around and somebody's like, I've taken apart my device. Maybe not. A soldering photo my friend sent me. I'm in pain. Oh my God. Functionally, solder is glue. That does not mean that you should treat it like, oh my God, treat it like this. What in the hell? What were you trying to do? Look, not everybody has the time, patience, energy, or skill for soldering. It took me a long time to get good at soldering, and then I started getting neurodegeneration in my hands. So my hands shake too much to solder now. But rather than try to solder anyway, I just accept that I can't solder stuff. And whenever I need something soldered, I just ask my wife because she has steadier hands. And if I didn't know what I was doing, I wouldn't pick up a giant hot iron and start melting metal onto computer stuff. Looks like a cybernetic roach laid a bunch of eggs. A very functional calculator. Functions may include being used as a blunt force weapon, or at least that's what the last guy did to it. My client thought the MacBook was a Lenovo Yoga Oh no! I'm not discounting the awesomeness of a MacBook that would be able to do like tent modes and tablet mode and things like that. But they don't currently offer that. They just want you to buy another device called an iPad. And I mean, any laptop can be put into tent mode, but only some can do it and still work. I have a monitor under my desk that I look several times a day. That you look at? I accidentally knocked my phone off the desk and it landed on it. And now the monitor can only communicate in barcode. I'm more confused as to why you have a monitor under your desk. I understand that you could have security cameras or something like that with a monitor under your desk that you need to look at, but it's much more fun to imagine that this post was just made by a really annoyed spy. How did the post office wow. Wow, if it sounds like I'm sick, I am. I feel great. How did the post office even manage this? Oh, it was shipped. Okay. I thought the post office was slamming GPUs into cases. Like, well, they probably managed that by not knowing what they were doing. But clearly they still don't manage to act like they know what they're doing. It was stuff that they do own, or things that they should be. The words. Also impressed that not only did they break off the entire slot, but there's actually like components from the main board that made it all the way off of there. Assuming this was in a retail box or something like that, and you didn't just like wrap a GPU in an envelope, this went through a lot of abuse. Like IBM mainframe torture testing levels of abuse. Go look up those videos. They're really cool. My old earbuds. Why do they look like medical devices? I'm not making fun of your earbuds. I'm sorry. They're very strangely shaped. Also, my God, what happened to the lightning adapter? What are you people doing to your headphones? Did I fry the GPU or what? Well, I'm not going to take or what off the table. Actually, it's vertical lines, which usually is indicative of a screen issue, not a GPU issue, and it's only on half of it. I without going down a rabbit hole that's going to take me 2 hours to even understand, I'm going to say screen. I'm going to say the screen cracked and maybe something pushed on the center of it or the battery's pushing up. These are my guesses. I realized you weren't actually asking a question, but too bad. Found this laptop at work. I mean, it's an HP. They break themselves. This just looks like somebody helped it along. Help. How many levels have you gone down? I hesitate to make a diagnosis without seeing like actual movement on the screen, but I'm actually gonna go with GPU or GPU drivers here. Probably GPU drivers, because like I've blown a GPU in a laptop and it didn't give me recurring things. It artifacted the stuff it was already drawing, but now I am really interested to find out what the actual issue was. Absolutely decimated my BC PS3. I didn't know they had PS3s back then. CPU when I was trying to delit it to change the 20-year-old thermal paste. Yeah, I have a original, if BC means something I just don't know about, I have an original fat, like 40 gig PS3. It's not the one with the memory card slot, but it's everything else. It ran Linux. And this is why I haven't turned it on, because I've seen the process for thermal pasting it, and I don't want to. It's just, that just makes me upset. Is this condensation expected in a laptop? Well, I can answer your question by looking in the post. No condensation is expected in a laptop. I don't know what the frack that is, but no, it shouldn't. What in the hell? Layout looks a lot like a Zephyrus, but no, what? I think oil or something got in there and stuff sticking to the oil? What in the? I genuinely don't know what's going on here, but it ain't right, and it's not from the factory. Phone screen died. Your phone screen died, went to heaven, and started a rave. But yeah, that's what when you get impacts, you'll get those vertical lines, which are more indicative of the signal not getting to the screen fully. This is just me convincing myself that earlier GPU one was correct. My phone is really messed up. Is it on? Or did you get paint, or is it inside? What did you do to it? Also, I miss notification LEDs. It's so stupid that we don't have them still. Pillows. No. My dad's phone overheated and almost exploded. Lordy. I've lost count of all the Samsung phones because they've started to all look the same. But the triple camera array looks really close to the Note 10, and that kind of concerns me. Some wise guy thought a USB drive was where screwdrivers went. I'm sorry. Let me read that sentence again, because I don't think I read it correctly. Some wise guy thought a USB drive was where screwdrivers went. Where screwdrivers went for what? Stuck a flathead screwdriver in the port. All right, so I have a relative with a lot of farmland and a backhoe. So when you find that guy, let me know and I can help. I accidentally pulled apart a DVD. As long as the DVD is not important to you, this is actually really fascinating and something that if you have a BS DVD or something like that, it's kind of fun to do. I'm a fan of taking apart e-waste before you recycle it, because you just get a better appreciation for all of the engineering that goes into super simple things. However, this was SpongeBob, so it was important. So don't do this again. This happens only at higher refresh rates, and it'll go away after a little while. Whoa. Wait, how much of that is your background? Okay, only so. Okay, all right, I see the horizontal lines. Yeah, I see the cross stuff. I thought it was generating all of that. I was like, man, This is like some video synthesis level of wild. But this is closer to what I was talking about with GPU things. You'll notice there's not just vertical, you got horizontal artifacting as well. I don't know the ins and outs of GPUs as well, but I'm just like from experience, what I have seen that has led to replace this part and see if it fixes it. And it might even be covered under warranty. You can also try just like cooling it down and seeing if that helps at all. Real pain. Oh, wow. Oh, it's off and it's showing that? Oh, and those things are undeservedly expensive. Really red, really dead redemption. Oh, I'm so sorry for... Oh, it's on PC. There's an enter key for select, so I'm very sorry for you, GPU. That's a GPU issue, unless there's just like a signal problem with your cable, but yeah. What am I talking about? The signal cable is digital. It wouldn't even show that. That wouldn't even be the problem. I'm so sorry. Removed the one rubber thing because it had shifted. When I ripped it off, it completely ripped these screws out the thread. Look, I know it's Reddit, but can you add the rest of the words to the sentence, please? Wait. So they glued the screws to the foot so that you couldn't take the laptop apart? That's some weird scummy stuff. That's some like back alley refurb shop kind of crap. Wow. Also, don't take the feet off your laptops. Just don't. This counts as gore, right? I mean, r/spicy pillows would be a better fit, but yeah, no, this counts. It makes me sad and furious. So yeah, it counts as gore. I am an actual Hardwaregore detector. After a good night's sleep, where did you buy that? I found this in my living room. Destroyed. Well, $12.99 down the drain. Okay, I don't know what actually happened, but the way that you phrased that made it sound like you slept. Therefore, your tablet, I think it's a tablet, exploded. What happened? There's clearly an impact to the screen, but there's like no other context. I have no idea what's going on. It looks like a 2:3 ratio, so I'm assuming this is an iPad. 3:2, technically. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Never been took apart. Screen just came off after 7 months. Oh no, that's wild. Yeah, a lot of phones they have like a glue on them that you literally have to heat up to remove. So theoretically, if you leave your phone in the sunlight or something like that for long enough, you can get it hot enough to soften the glue. Or if it's not applied correctly to begin with, in the case of like a refurb or something like that. Wild. Working 16 core, $450 CPU. I don't like this planet anymore. The motherboard my little sister played with. Okay, and to be fair, this is not exactly like an expensive sock looking thing. So like if you're handing a board like this to a kid, expect it to be destroyed. Still a little bit of painful, but I learned a lot about just very basic computer stuff by playing with stuff we got from the Radio Shack outlet and from like stuff my dad's work would throw out or my school was throwing out computers in like 3rd grade, and I just took one of them and took it home and took it all apart and found a hard drive. And I think I broke like a RAM clip or something. I know I broke a parallel port clip trying to get stuff out of like I'm sure I broke all sorts of stuff, but that's kind of how you learn stuff. I can't say it. Solder state drive. It's solid state drive. That's the actual term. Yep, that's toast. That's toast. I mean, you can. I'm not sure if these little wispy things are you trying to build a SATA connection? Why is it on top of an iPhone? So many questions. Controller has stick drift. How do I repair it? Did you drift it into the fracking sun? I really like puzzles, and there's something called a ghost cube, which is basically a shape-shifting 3x3 Rubik's Cube, but all the parts look very similar, and they're all the same colors, so it looks weird. But it looks like this when it's scrambled. You can look it up. Just look ghost cube. It looks exactly like this controller. Nah, it'll still boot up just fine. But what will boot up just fine? This is a rusted piece of metal. You can't hold scrap in front of me and tell me you're gonna boot off of it. Don't touch the top of a stove to a Steam Deck. This is just solid technical advice. Yeah, that'll happen. Why? I have so many. How did it get there? What? For Steam Deck. Also, careful that battery. Bottom right-hand corner. In case the person's watching this, just be careful. Yeah, I don't know. I was just always raised that every stove is just on. Like, you just treat it like it's on. So you don't put like pizza boxes or stuff like that on the stove. Anything that you put on top of the stove will be on fire. Like that, that's the mentality you go through. So I still struggle to figure out like how you would put something on the stove and not expect it to Yeah, the tendrils of liquid crystal. No, that's an invasion of tentacles. You're gonna need a Necronomicon. Bent charging cube. Yeah, I had one of these under my couch, and I just had cables coming up through the front of the couch so that my wife and I could just plug our phones in. The entire front of it just fell off. Like, it was one plate like this, slightly longer, and then had 3 USB ports on the back, and the whole front just fell off. On the inside was like braided core, super thin wire with 120 volts just hanging out under our couch where like lint is, also known as fire starter. It was great. It was great. I love having heart attacks when I'm cleaning under my couch. My friend's computer that he's still using. Well, the hinge isn't bad. I mean, if you're running it in clamshell, oh, never mind. I was about to say, I was like, you know, using laptops in clamshell modes that have broken screen is actually a great way to like save money or have like a secondary server or something like that if you want to play around with something. No, if you're like actually using this. Like, I know the frame's missing too. What happened? And the keyboard just, like, I understand money can be tight sometimes. Like, I have been in situations where I've had $2 in my bank account, but like grabbing a paper towel from a restroom and like just a little bit of water, turning the laptop off, unplugging it, and just like wiping the thing down. That genuinely doesn't cost money. Like, you can find a restroom that has paper towels. Like, you can start there. I understand not being able to afford to have, you know, to fix broken crap, and it's disgusting. Like, come on, treat your stuff better. What do y'all think about my DSi? I think it's broken. Very broken. Did you put something like inside and then close it? DSi is next on my list of like gathering every game console ever. Partially because I've been obsessed with the entire Kirby just back collection and I've played through most of them on 3DS, and I'm now just like continuing my conquest into the past. It would seem I fracked up, and that was the moment he knew that he's missing capacitors. How did you bite it? Just bite it with tiny little needle teeth? What were you aiming to do? Like, if you're looking to remove a capacitor, you would be applying heat to the ends, not the middle, unless you blew. Oh, I don't think you were desoldering this. I think you just like applied the wrong voltage to it and it just exploded. I think that might be what they're illustrating here. I'm sorry. Good luck fixing whatever it is you've broken. I remembered it had some display issues, but I fired it up today, and the screen is absolute toast. Well, that just looks like a broken screen. I wanted like some sort of super toast. There's like regular toast, there's Texas toast, and then there's absolute toast. The customer asked me, would this work? Look, there's no such thing as a stupid, there's one such thing as a stupid question. If an electrical plug has 2 prongs typically, and you only see one, and the other one is just the charred void, and your immediate response isn't, oh, I shouldn't use that. I want to see inside your head, because I feel like you don't worry about nearly as many things as I do. And it must be nice to be that blissfully ignorant. It's like people that don't wear helmets when they ride bikes. Like, have you seen how little head damage it takes for people to have like permanent problems and face difficulties the rest of their lives? And like, it's worth it to not wear a helmet because I can't even find a reason to like not wear a helmet. It's just like, I don't want to wear this hat. Yeah. Found this laptop at school. Where is the, you're showing me again a pile of scrap. I'm not seeing a laptop. I'm being facetious. But there really is not that much left of it. I mean, it is already in a garbage. Nobody's pretending this still works. Like, nobody's still using it like the other guy. My brand new monitor decided to do this. No. The chromatic aberration between like the letters is actually really cool. This is one I really want to play with. I would like set it up to a faster refresh rate, change the resolution, apply heat to it in various, like just see like how wild you can get it. Outside of the fact that you actually paid money for it. Like I'm coming at this from like an artistic creative perspective. The screen burn on this TV screen at Aldi. Yeah, it'll do that. Those are probably plasma. Plasma was really popular before OLED. And like mini LED and stuff like that came along, and plasma looked fantastic, but it burned real bad, and they were hot. They required fans for the industrial ones. Industrial displays still often have fans just to prolong life, but like plasma needed it. But yeah, you'll see them in a lot of airports, especially old, like that weird point where everyone is using plasma displays. They'll have like the departures board, and the top will just be burned in like the rows and columns for flights, or just a permanent grid. Just 2 pics from when I was a computer technician. Computer science, Customer states, I'm not used to that. And like, I've worked help desk and I work with help desk techs now, and like, nobody says customer states. PC won't boot. I can't imagine why. Not like you cracked the CPU or something. Wait, what? Did you not? Oh, no. Okay, so there's a little tiny plastic socket. I'm not sure exactly what happened here because, again, zero context. There's a little plastic socket protector that usually ships with a motherboard. And it usually does have a bunch of holes in it if you have like the the AMD sockets with the pins that face up. You take that out and then you put the CPU in because it protects the pins during shipping and while you're screwing the motherboard into the stuff and running cables. That's like the last thing you take off before you put the CPU. If you don't put if you don't take it out and you just apply the CPU into the protector, you're just shoving your brand new CPU into a motherboard that still has a thing that prevents it from making it connect. If you have to force it, you're doing it wrong. I'm surprised they didn't hear that. They would have had to have heard that crack. Oh my God. Candle wax covered iPad on eBay. That does not look like candle wax. However, I'm glad they said it's candle wax. It still raises more uncomfortable questions than it answers. Look, I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't care. But don't sell it on eBay afterwards. My phone charger fracking melted. Yeah, this can happen. There's a couple ways it can happen. This looks like a lightning cable. I'm not going to say if it's aftermarket or not, because even aftermarket cables should be able to handle whatever the current power delivery standard is for iPhone, 30 watt? I don't remember. Now, most of them have chips in them that, tell the device what they support, etc. But some of them don't, or some of them just lie. And then you can end up with fire hazards just right next to your head. This happened today. I wonder what would happen if I popped it, lol. I made a whole video on what would happen if you popped it. But if you want a short answer, fire and lithium poisoning. It'll definitely make your day more interesting. I didn't say how, but it will. Snapped micro SD card. Oh man, well, at least it's only 16 gigs. Hopefully there was nothing important on it. Just use 1/2 and get 8 gigabytes. 1/2 says 16 gigabytes, so the other doesn't. No, it works like dollar bills when you rip them in half, like it's worth half the value of something. This is not how flash storage works. Samsung Z Flip 5. If you squint or have bad vision, so yeah, that looks like a Samsung Z Flip 5 to me. These batteries. Oh, they're frosted. It's like those iced oatmeal cookies, except absolutely not at all. They have been to hell and further, and then back, and then maybe to hell again. They got all the way back from hell and then realized they left their jacket in the hotel room. Kid got mad in tech class and threw it on the ground. Don't throw cake or technology on the ground. Like it just doesn't do anything. Oh, it doesn't do anything productive. See? Now you have a damaged CPU. I'm constantly reminded of just how durable the boards are for CPUs, because chucking electronic against the ground at full tilt only does that much. It is all the damage it needs. It is probably, definitely completely broken. But you could use that for armor plating for something, I'm sure. A hamster, I don't know. Yes, I would like this for a disk recovery. But can it recover my files? No. What files? You have brought in silverware. Ticket says, I can't charge, and there are some lines in my screen. Did HP hinges strike again? Or did you just I think you just took off the whole corner. I think that's too far over for the hinge. All right, I need to see it from the other side, but that's a hell of a chunk of laptop missing. GPU died, then fixed itself whilst playing Minecraft. Ooh. Oh, that actually looks way cooler than standard Minecraft. I will still never understand from a computing perspective, why Minecraft eats the resources it does. It's just wild to me when you're rendering less resolution than Lego. I don't know, that's just me. My mother's dog chewed on my laptop screen. That'll break it sometimes. In case you hadn't noticed. Had a lot of confidence too, or just went right down the middle. Usually they go for the corners. I am sorry about your laptop. That really does suck. Flower keyboard. Were you making cookies? Wait, what? What are you? What? Okay, all right, hang on. Bought a keyboard for my friend. Said he spilled flour on it. Didn't specify the amount, just spilled some flour. Apparently, he actually tried to use flour to make the sound better. To make the sound better. What possessed you to use a fine, powdery substance on top of an electronic device that is not treated for dust resistance to make it sound better. Look, I understand the whole keyboard sounding better. I have custom keyboards. I understand, but I don't understand this. Anyways, spent an hour cleaning it from the outside when I found out about the inside. Oh, so you were like, oh, it's finally like I got a decent deal. And then you opened the thing and we're like, dear God, what is this, Scarface? Imagine getting on a flight with this and they select you to be searched. Yeah, I was trying to be really, really careful about demonetization with the Scarface comment, but yeah, pretty much. I feel bad for this cell phone. Okay, I can respect rocking a dumb phone, especially with the aggressiveness of apps just trying to harvest everything off your device. But if you're rocking a dumb phone and you're holding it together with hair ties and it doesn't have a keypad anymore, is it actually in use or is this just a wallet? Like, if this is just a wallet, I can almost respect that. But if it's a dumb phone, literally $9. Guess which one is my daily? You rocking an SD card as a watch? How do you read the time up? In all seriousness, the bottom right watch is the one that has Gore. Oh, there's actually a watch in there. I thought that was just an empty like band with an SD card in it for some reason. The battery expanded. Oh no, while I was using it as a sleep tracker, and the screen was pushed off enough for the cables to snap. No, annoyingly, the replacement battery arrived the exact same day. No, I've done a bit of surgery to take out of the old cables and to put the new battery in. I've owned this watch for 7 years so far. Okay, all right, that's pretty good. And I'm not letting it give up on me yet. Also, yes, the battery is plugged in and the watch is turned on. That's really impressive. Okay, so that's a battery label. Okay. They styled it after the SanDisk logo. The SanDisk Ultra one is black, gold, and red. And I use so many of those those cards in my cameras and all that stuff. So I just saw that and was like, oh, SanDisk Ultra. It's been 1 month. How long until my mom notices that the laptop is no longer a laptop? Well, if you get some tape, it'll be longer. Stop holding it like that. You're giving away the secret. I accidentally dropped it. Oh, most people don't drop it on you dropped a CPU and the other guy, I was about to say you guys are the same guy, but no, the other one was turned down. I'm so sorry. This is way worse. This is way worse than the entitled brat that deserves a mayonnaise bath. I'm so sorry. Is it hitting the contacts? Oh, just barely. I mean, at this point you have nothing to lose. You can try heat treat. I don't even know how to bend that. I just have never done it. You can try shoving it into the socket. Try shoving into a socket of a motherboard you don't like. And maybe it'll work. Probably not, but I'm still gonna cross my fingers for you. You know, I've seen some amazing things. How the hell does this still works? Amazes me. I say that on a daily basis. I just had a conversation with somebody about something that like it should not have worked. And this is pretty good. Actually, you're not missing a lot here. You're missing the keyboard, which just looks bad. You're also missing something in the, it's hard to tell, M.2? I can't tell if that's an M.2 or just a ribbon cable to something else, like the keyboard. I do like your power. I'm guessing the power jack broke, and you found another one that works, and you heat shrunk, and you know what? That works. How? I need answers! Daily. Dude, these are just, oh my God. Oh, wow. Okay, all right, I'm with you. Holy hell. What happened? This is like car crash levels. Just to give you an idea of this, if any of you are near like a school auction or some e-waste places, or sometimes just even pawn shops will sell really old computers or stuff like that. If you ever take like a piece of RAM that is either bad or just not worth keeping anymore, like 256 megs. Just take it in your hands lengthwise and put your hands on both sides of it and try to bend it. Don't try to snap it in half like the easy way. Like try to bend it the long way. PCB is really hard to bend. This is an entire GPU with PCB somewhere buried in the middle, plus a metal heatsink. They did get down on the, on the fins in the best possible way, but still, like it's still a block of metal, and whatever the shielding's made out of on this one, I don't know what model it is. It's an RT. They're chunky, okay? Accidentally left my iPad in my school bag unprotected. Oh no. Oh, that's actually really surprising. This also looks like an iPad mini and I can't tell I really want an iPad mini just for the form factor. I don't really have a use for it. I just really like the size. It's just like a really satisfying size. Average Walmart experience. Yeah, I will say it's gotten better with COVID because less people, that's not Walmart. I'm sorry. Is that Walmart? No, this is Best Buy. This is Best Buy because they have the little glass things. Sorry, I didn't mean to be picky. It might be Walmart. It might be a really fancy Walmart. DVD drive decided to explode a disc. Yeah, freedom. Good Lord almighty. Was this one of those 52X ones? I think there were 52X DVD RWs or something. They'd spin up and they sounded like they were going to just exit our existence. I saw one of them in like a really, really old desktop and just putting a CD in it and you just wanted to back away. On a bus? On a bus? Oh, this is fascinating. Okay, so from just a very brief Google and poke around, this is a VPE430 controller board. You can see that right in the middle. This is the I/O board for the fare collection toll things. Some buses now have no contact payment, so you can get on all the doors and you tap your phone or you tap some sort of card or something like that, and you get charged a fare, or it verifies that you have like a monthly pass or whatever. But these things have to be built pretty rugged because they're going to be shaking around all the time. As you can see, it's in a gasketed, weather-resistant case and stuff like that. But yeah, so cool. So I love seeing the inside of these things. Poke the big capacitors. Yes, with your bare fingers, poke them very hard with scissors. Drink the juice from them. It will give you healthy electrolytes. Great! Thanks for the suggestions. And we never heard from OP again. 230 volt connections without insulation in a metal pole. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, wow. Oh, that's not supposed to be like that. I'm not an electrician. Like electrical stuff, even the safest one, the things I have been told are up to code, always still look too dangerous to me. I'm like, no, it just seems like there should be more like between me and that. I am surprised there's no more weatherproofing than that horizontal bar towards the top, but you know what? This is where my rule comes into place. It's not on fire and it's not in my house. Pro tip, don't buy $2 iPhone chargers off of AliExpress. Yeah, what in the, did it get stuck? Oh no, it melted. Oh, the plastic around it looks like liquid. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, just in general, AliExpress is fun for like a hoot. And sometimes there's some like weird smaller electronics, emulators, specific docks, sometimes some weird adapters that you can't easily get. But in general, anything that provides power, anything that's trying to look like something else, any sort of knockoffs, yeah. Any batteries, just no batteries. It's not a very good idea to run Minecraft on a motherboard with puffed capacitors. 148 Celsius. Really? I'm more impressed that you're running Minecraft on a motherboard without a graphics card and with one stick of RAM. It's a pretty tidy little AIO setup you got there. Oh, yeah. Them's ruptured. Don't lick this. Delivered 2 hours ago. Unreal turn. Oh, Unreal broken phone. Looks like it's supposed to. Oh, it is supposed to fold. Oh, wait. Yeah, I thought this was like a tablet that got like smashed up in the mail. But no, is this one of the Z Folds? Because I see the case like separates right there at the top. Oh my God, there's so much bloatware. Oh my God. New guy, drive removal. Oh. I never want to be that guy. Like, I always want to not make a stupid mistake, but I don't think I've made any mistakes that bad yet. I will one day. I'll make a mistake that looks that bad to somebody who knows what they're doing, but I usually just stop and ask somebody else for help. Friend's new phone after a day. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm so aggressive when I get a new phone. It's like instant, you go out of the case, screen protector, although I don't have one on here, and then straight into the case, and then I always get cases that have a lens cover on them so that it protects the camera, and you slide it open to take a picture and then you close it, because I hate having like that sort of bloomy effect when you scratch your camera lens. What my friend somehow managed to do to his school Chromebook, or Chromebooks, oh my God. How? Why? What were you doing in the vicinity of a laptop? Okay, a portable computer that you know is fragile. What were you doing in the vicinity of that would have caused this level of damage? Because like, this is beyond like, oh, well, they're fragile. Or I just like gently leaned on it with my elbow. Like, cause that would be a good idea. Like this took some force to get the screen off of the frame. Like, what were you doing? My friend was like, why does the watch want to charge, huh? Oh, that's disgusting. Oh my. When was the last? Oh, gross. Oh, the underside of the band. Oh. Wash yourselves, people. And anything that touches your skin regularly. Dude, even just like a regular alcohol wipe. Like, you know, every month at least on the back of your watch. He said he never cleaned them. He have them for 3 years already. Oh, that was for the watch. That was 3 years. And you never. Okay, it's fine. That thing should be immediately taken into a biolab to discover new species and considered a biohazard. Yes, both simultaneously and instantly. I have 2 of the same Huawei's with a lifting display. I mean, you bought a Huawei. I'm sorry. Can I super glue these together? If you want to alert the ATF, yes. Why would you super... Both of them need a new battery. Like, both of them have the same problem. This isn't like a donor phone thing. No, stop. Just came back from school and my PC monitor is broken. That's an impact. That's an impact. Something hit your screen. You still have the sticker on it too. Yeah, I would check your siblings and your roommates and your family and anybody else that would add access to your room because something hit the display right at right at the top. A strip screw you never seen before. Where is it? I see like a ghost of a circle. How many times did you go at this thing? Please let it die or just drill it out. My temperature sensor, DHT11, overheated for 5 minutes and it welded itself to its cover. Okay, I don't think it overheated itself. I think you shorted it to power or something. Cause if it welded itself to its cover, it was giving off the heat. It was not detecting the heat. After 15 years of service, this TV finally died. Hey, 15 years is I died? What was this the special kind of dying where you fell out of a window onto some bullets? Because this doesn't look like the TV died so much as was indicted by something else. Rate my laptop setup. Security risk, because you're running Windows 7. Sorry. 2 out of 10 because of the security issues. And then 2 points off for it being an HP. And another 2 points off for those stupid bumpy trackpads. Because I hate them, and my sensory issues hate them, and they make me nauseous. -2. My Apple Watch got shot while playing Airsoft. Oh. You can't say that around here. I'm really sad. Wow, man, I'm gonna have to be careful. I didn't know Airsoft could do that to an Apple Watch. I figured it'd be a little more durable. I have Airsoft and stuff in the basement, so like, that's very possible for something to ricochet and hit my watch. I'm usually wearing eye protection, but I did not think about just taking my watch off. I wondered why my CPU was overheating and shutting down my PC. I'm sorry. Were you cooking cables inside there? No, maybe? No, I can't. They're weirdly white right there. Also, it doesn't look like there's nearly enough thermal paste here, but it might be on the other side. But yeah, that power cable, yeah, no, there's singe marks. Yeah, that power cable was under the CPU the entire time. Insects inside my flat screen. Oh, that's awful. Oh, that's so awful. And you can't just right click on them and hit delete. It doesn't work. I've tried. Oh my God, that's a huge one. What the hell is that? What the? No, thank you. I don't know what that is, and I hate it. Oh, I guess the text is kind of small. Okay, all right. Maybe it's not as big as. Still, I hate it. God, I hate bugs. Slightly used laptop. Okay, that's just slightly used. That's just 810 megabytes of what? That's not that's such a random number. That's a joke post, but I want to buy it because I want to know like what happened to it. It looks like it got shot. It looks like this was target practice. Might have been for somebody out here. I slipped on ice yesterday and landed on my backpack. Oh. And my laptop was an unfortunate casualty. Time to do some shopping for either a new laptop or tech services. Even though you slipped and fell on the ice, I'm gonna blame Norton because Norton's right there and I hate Norton. User said they smelt burning. Well, as long as they don't smell it anymore. The CPU won't be smelling anything or thinking ever again. This USB stick still works. I mean, this looks bad, but I actually don't see any reason why it wouldn't. The worst thing you might have, why I can English, would be the broken PCB for the actual port. Sometimes the port is built into the PCB, and sometimes it's a separate little connector like this with the little super tiny cables. And in this case, that actually came to your advantage. And the rest of it's wrapped in tape. So yeah, you're probably good to go for years. How TF does this Nokia still work? It's a Nokia. Hey, the button layout is the exact same as the one from the beginning. Camera placement's similar, but I need to see the back of it. Mild structural damage. Okay, this is the way I told you not to break the RAM. Don't break RAM. I didn't realize there was going to be so much hair. Is there an issue with my UMD? Like Universal Media? Oh, wow. Yeah, no, you were not kidding. Yes, the issue is that it is no longer a UMD. It is a very expensive Frisbee. Nah, take the popcorn off and it should be fine with your GameCube. I never actually put those side by side. I didn't have either because I had terrible, wild parents. My tablet won't charge. I wonder what's wrong with it. Well, you've covered it in art. Or tape, probably tape, but I'm going to assume art because you've cracked the back in half too. I was trying so hard. Look what happened while playing Gorilla Tag. What the hell is Gorilla Tag? Look, I'm not gonna judge, but this is a screen, a panel. These things are usually pretty fragile. I don't know what Gorilla Tag is, but it sounds not fragile, so I probably don't do it around a screen. Yeah. Finished my work early, so my teacher told me to fix this. First off, you should invoice your teacher. Second off, just throw all of these out. They're not worth. They weren't worth the price they paid new. But also third, invoice your teacher for your time. Fire hazard! What in the... Okay. USB-C adapter, grounded. Open USB-C power brick. Go into a 30-pin, broken screen, possibly swollen battery. Oh, the back's off. Is that the back to that phone or is that another phone? This feels like one of those I Spy books, but it's all stuff that will kill you. That's the least of the problems I see here. Yeah, no, it just keeps getting worse. Why is all this on top of another PCB that's just exposed to the... What is going on? This has to be like bait. She's been using it like this for 6 months. How? I always wondered, like, how do you do things? Because like if you get a text or something or trying to read an email and like a quarter of your screen's blocked off. How do you read that? How do you like edit your photos? Do you just not use your phone? Like I can't even tell what the first digit of the temperature is unless it's only 6 degrees, in which case I'm so sorry, that's way too cold. But like I can't tell the high and the low. Like, do you drag it over for everything? Just like see some stuff you can't drag over? Oh, this makes me so angry. Does anyone like to crochet? I've seen this so many times and I love it. Like, it's just so adorable. Is this even fixable anymore? P.S. Don't leave your phone unattended with toddlers. Yeah. Your first mistake. But no, that's not. No. I would say a maybe if it weren't for the circular thing here. Like this looks like battery swelling. But if you flip it on its side and you measure it across and it's completely flat all the way across, you might be able to get away with just a replacement screen. But you're running the risk of labor just to get in there and get the screen replaced to then find out that there are more problems. My friend's laptop. Okay, I see the stickers, but I'm looking real closely here, looking for anything else because it doesn't look that bad. Okay, this might just be my vision acting up, but all I'm seeing are the stickers being kind of funky and they're playing chess. I got nothing. Sorry. My elevator is not doing so well. Now arriving at the floor. I'd be nervous, honestly. Also, why is there only a down indicator? Makes me nervous. Get rid of your kids. Get rid of your kid's smartphone. What is this? Are you nailing explosive lithium batteries to a tree to damage technology on purpose to prove some sort of point? Like this, man, this just makes you look like a piece of garbage. That's a way to put fire to a tree? I want to imagine a parent hammering one in, hitting the battery, and exploding in their hand. Not that I want the parent to get hurt. Yes, of course. For moral reasons, I don't want them to get hurt. I'm sorry, I meant for legal reasons. For moral reasons, I do. Just to remember that batteries aren't meant to have holes in them. Also, you can just take a phone from somebody. You can also disable their parental controls. There are so many other ways to fix the issue you're trying to fix. You can talk to your kid. You can actually have interesting interactions with your kid. You can show interest in what they're doing. Huh? How about building an actual relationship they want to be part of more than the stuff on their phone? Instead of just being like, all the problems are because of this darn phone. I'm gonna nail it to a tree and have it explode in my face. Have fun? Brother-in-law used a hammer to destroy the hard drive of his laptop. Ooh, ouch. And smashed up the battery in the process. The battery in the hard drive. Oh, he didn't take the hard drive out yet. Oh, okay, I'm understanding now. It's now very hot. The whole house is on fire watch. Gotta take it outside. a concrete block with a bunch of sand in it, or just a sandbox if you got that around. Try to get it into the sand. Sand will just melt. Dude, the screws are right there. The screws are right there. It is not that hard to remove the hard drive. Also, you don't go after it with a hammer. You open the seal and you pour some water in, or if it's an SSD, you just snap it. Lord have mercy, people just savages. Maybe your brother-in-law should have gotten toasted when he hit that battery. All right, I'm not as vengeful on this one. What a fracking, yeah, no, you could have taken out the hard drive and used the laptop for something else, put in a new one. Oh, God, people are so wasteful. Ticket says, machine doesn't turn on. What in the, what? I don't even know what I'm looking at. Genuinely, I don't know. Is that a capacitor leaking? These are solid state capacitors. Why is it going in that direction? No, it's coming from here. I've seen this in one other thing from Tech Support Core, and I genuinely don't know what this phenomenon is. If it was magic battery dust, it'd be everywhere, I assume, unless it's coming from somewhere else. I don't know. I'm genuinely curious as to what this is. My dad's computer woke up today like this. No idea how it happened. The orb has visited you. I'm not sure if you're talking about the white line or the black spot. The white line is usually caused by a cracked control circuit for that like vertical line of pixels, but it stops like there. The black is most likely an impact. So yeah, set a chair on top of it or something like that, or set something hot on top of it. Yeah, that'll do. Or if you have a pet, could a paw print from a very heavy cat.